This is Eric Gowder from Two Guys Watch a Movie. You're listening to Frazzlecast.
Welcome to Frazlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fandom about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. That's hard to say. Each week we are joined by awesome people around the world of Azeroth and beyond. And I want to say thank you, Eric Gowder, for the bumper. Eric is an old friend of mine who I've known for many years. He and I go way back. In fact, he's listening right now while he's editing his next video. He edits and releases a show called Two Guys Watch a Movie. They'll watch crazy old movies like they did Theodore Rex. They did all the two of the Baby Geniuses, because the first one was actually okay, but they did Baby Geniuses 2 and 3. They're doing Food Fight soon, so I'm excited about that. And they're doing a lot more. You can see them at wayawesome.link/2guys. Either TWO guys or two guys. But again, it's not sponsored. I want to promote amazing people and amazing work. But also in the studio, we are joined by lots of guests. And the first one we have is somebody who actually got me into WoW again, got me motivated to podcast. We have Aggelos of the Dungeon Crawler Network. Hey, Aggelos.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me on.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for coming on. It's like, it feels weird. I'm used to being in the like Twitch chat for your shows, and it's weird having you on Frazlecast, because it's just like I love seeing what you're doing. I was watching the Ashes of Creation. I'm like, yeah, if I was not a Blizzard fandom, I might actually get Ashes of Creation as well, because that MMO looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of cool stuff they're doing over there at Intrepid.
And I'm hoping that Blizzard will learn from them, because Blizzard has a habit of taking some of the best ideas of other things and kind of bringing them into their own games. So let's just hope Blizzard's like, yeah, I like that. I'll take that. I like that too.
Blizzard takes what they see that works in the industry, adds a little bit to it, and throws it into their games to often, amazing results.
Almost like Apple.
Almost like Apple. Absolutely.
Because
if only Apple would listen to the jailbreakers.
They're getting better. You have to admit, iOS 8 and 9 had custom keyboards. You can do a lot more stuff. So it's still not quite open, but they're getting there.
Well, with iOS 11, the panel, when you swipe up.
Yeah, the control panel.
I'm just really sad with Apple, like iPhones, because they're not working as great as they used to be.
Yeah, mine's running into an issue. I think it always does this around 2 years into my iPhone. I already had to replace it because my battery was just dying by like 9 or 10 a.m. in the morning. So I already got my replacement, but it's been 2 years since I got my iPhone, and it's starting to like slow down. Either apps are getting ready for iOS 11, or it's like, I need to die. Get an iPhone 8. Get an iPhone 8.
That's funny because 4 years, and I don't have a whole lot of a problem with it. Not with that particular thing, but I've had some other problems, but they're all problems that I've had basically since year 2 as well. So.
Yeah, my battery doesn't even last. I have chargers everywhere because I want to make sure I can charge it.
Yeah.
But the thing I hate is them getting rid of the headphone jack and the music player now that they have.
Yeah, I hate the music player, but I have to say wireless is where it's at. Except when you're editing or recording, I don't trust the lag or the wireless when I'm recording. I've got Apple earbuds plugged into the headphone jack on the MacBook Pro. I'm glad they kept that in. I'm like, yes. But yeah. We have two other guests. We have Lady Emma and Deceiverr. So, which you just heard. So hey.
What's it to
I
you?
feel really bad for Deceiverr. He should have won first place.
No, he was playing a Draenei. Never.
No, not this time. I was a night elf.
Still, never going to happen.
I got second.
You prefer Horde, don't you?
Absolutely, I do.
Yes, finally someone who gets it. Finally.
Yeah. If you wondered why I had the Orc Mage, it's all Aggelos' fault. I rolled an Orc Mage to join a guild, and then I then went over to a PvP server because I was like, hey, I want to try this world PvP. So I went over to Azari's server, and I kept getting ganked. I'm not a good PvP person. I do it, but I'm not a good. So
not surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, mate.
Fire mage.
Burn it with fire. Or is that not a good spec?
Burn it all.
More like root it with ice and blink away. That's how a mage does PvP.
Duh.
True. So maybe Ice Mage might have been better.
Yeah.
Much.
Okay. I'll have to spec into that when I do PvP on Roldan, who's now a human mage. Burn. Why am I burning? I don't know.
Yourself.
Not if you're an
making
ice
the
mage.
mistake of going.
A mistake of going human for the Alliance.
For the Horde!
My things are human.
But I don't have any Draenei. Nothing against the Draenei. I just don't have any.
Space Ghost.
I
Coast
have
to
one.
coast.
I do have two.
I've got a couple gnomes.
I know I have one. I have 3 gnomes.
Nice.
I have no gnomes.
Oh, and
Gnomes
Aggelos.
suck.
I hope you have something to drink because I forgot to say we kind of have made it the official drinking game is whenever I say nice.
Oh, I better get 911 on speed dial.
Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I would have prepared like a couple of drinks of water.
Oh, I'm drinking water, believe me. But I need to take a swig.
Is it Aggelos or Aggelos?
Aggelos.
Aggelos. Okay, so Aggelos. Just set yourself up with just a million shots of vodka, and you're going to be fucking wasted about 10 minutes into this.
He needs a million shots of water.
What I'm drinking is somewhat clear. Yes.
So gin?
Up for interpretation.
Yeah.
But
it's a clear spirit. That's all it is.
Hey,
Spirit. Okay.
get your head in the game. Get your head in the game. Or run up a spirit.
I just finished my bubble tea.
Hey, I don't have to moderate this thing, so I figure I don't have to, stay straight at all at this point. I can just go nuts. I'm fine with this.
You can, but Frazley, then I guess, fair warning, Frazley, you're probably going to need to put another NSFW label on this one.
Oh, it's already
Depending on how
explicit
drunk he gets.
because you just dropped an F-bomb, so already explicit.
So I'm supposed to start showing people like rude photos again?
No.
Well, you can send me that stuff,
But
but
don't discuss it on the podcast. Yeah.
I'll just move her over into Mod World if necessary.
That sounds good.
Especially for story time.
But let's go into
Oh,
our
no.
next topic. Speaking of story times,
I swear to God, Frazley.
these transitions.
Okay, so let's add a second drinking game. Every time he has a shitty transition, 3 shots.
Man, no one's
3.
going to be alive by the end of this episode. Wow.
Actually, I think Aggelos is going to be dead about 10 minutes.
I am
into
so
it.
sorry to all of
I'm
Dungeon
out.
Crawler Network. This was the last time Aggelos was ever seen. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's it. All the shows are over now.
It was nice knowing you, stranger.
Yeah. So Aggelos, how was your week this past week? And it could be anything. It can be WoW or it can be anything.
Okay. Well, week has been going pretty good. I've been getting into Guild Wars 2 again fairly
Nice.
heavily because they announced a new expansion, Path of Fire, which now makes me go, I bought Heart of Thorns day 1 when it came out, and I played about 10 minutes into it and didn't get any further. So now I have to catch up on the past expansion, all the Living World stuff, and then get ready for Path of Fire. Running around in some ESO, doing some PvP, trying to get my PvP rank up, and eventually going to go for an Emperor run at some point as soon as I can figure out when I can schedule off work, because that's the only way it's going to happen.
Nice.
And otherwise, just pretty much editing stuff on the Dungeon Crawler Network, which is actually kind of what I'm doing right now because multitasking is key.
Absolutely. And being a guest, you feel free to multitask. Feel free to actually,
It's just GIMP work at the moment, so it's just, gotta get these thumbnails looking nice, so it's nice and easy and low intensity, so I don't really have to pay too much attention. Just gotta make sure I line everything up the way it's supposed to look.
yeah. Is that like album artwork and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I'm kind of working on right now.
That's one of my favorite things to do for each episode because it's fun just to do something different.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind it, but I am not an artistic person. So
Me
this
either.
is actually one of the struggles for me because I do not have the artistic skill that some people do. So at least with audio engineering and stuff like that, it's all very, it's very cut and dry. There's absolutes in getting audio quality, at least to a decent level, like,
yeah,
there's like almost a math behind it, which I find relaxing. But when you start getting into anything that's creative, you got to start using the other half of your brain, which mine doesn't seem to function all that well. And therefore I'm at a loss half the time.
Well, it's amazing. I've found that I actually prefer audio sometimes over video, because I've done a ton of video. I'm all over like YouTube. Pedro can, he and I had made a ton of videos and we do some videos, but it's easier for me just to get behind a mic and put audio out versus.
I hate doing a video. I've actually had to do a whole bunch for one of our shows that is almost all video at this point, because that's where our largest audience is, even though it probably should be via the iTunes or Stitcher or anything of that nature. But it just, by nature of the beast, people like the video of it. And I've had to really step up my video editing game, and I really don't like it.
As someone said, it's work, but it takes less work to get 10 out of 10 audio. It takes a lot of effort to get 10 out of 10 video.
Absolutely. I mean, I have my audio podcast down that even heavily having to balance and stuff like that, I can get it done in probably about 45 minutes for a 2-hour show.
Wow.
Video editing, the one news broadcast that we do for the show, one news segment, takes me about 4 hours. So, and that's for about a 10-minute segment.
And that's probably like titles, it's probably changing shots and just getting things. Yeah.
It's not fun at all. I can't stand it.
Yeah, editing is a pain.
Yeah, Deceiverr. I've been in some of his. I've been in some of his videos, and it's. I can appreciate the work that you go through. Believe me.
Yeah, I remember doing video editing in college, and I hated it. I'm not that good at it. I'm not talented.
It's terrible, and I can't stand it. But unfortunately, I have to do it. So.
Well, and
I think it's fun, but it's just a huge.
It's fun the first time I did it. The very first time I was super excited. I was learning all this new stuff. But at running a network that I do multiple shows a week, and having to do multiple videos for one show every single week gets tedious.
Yeah, I find it fun when you don't have a deadline of every week. Where like you can work on a project, release it, and enjoy it, but people aren't then saying, "Oh, when's your next one? When's your next one?"
Yeah, no, it's every week it puts the pressure on to the point where by the end of the week, I'm often stressing pretty bad, just trying to make sure I get everything done and out the door.
Oh, I can believe it. And people on the internet can be pretty fickle.
Yeah,
but nice. So yeah, I've been watching some of the. Last night I was watching a lot of your Guild Wars 2 stream, and then Eric Gowder called me, and I'll go into all the stuff that we did last night. But yeah, he called me by accident, so that's why I ducked out of the stream. But I was enjoying watching it. Guild Wars 2 is one of those games. If I had more time, and I know it can be played casually, but for me, I can't focus on more than one game at a time. It's for me.
No, and I actually, like I was telling you the other day on stream, I'm actually happy for you that you found the one game that you can stick with and that you're enjoying it. Because honestly, I'm always looking for that MMO home. Because World of Warcraft was that for me for many years. Like, if I did a /playtime, I think I've been logged in, and not just AFK. Actually logged in for like 3 years of world time. So.
Wow.
Yeah, like that. There wasn't a lot of me sitting around just looking at auction house stuff. There was very little of that. So, yeah, they've claimed about 1/10 of my life here at this point. So
well, and you still come back for things. So it's not like you've gone from WoW.
No, absolutely not. I continually hop back into WoW. Pretty much every time there's a new patch, I hop in and take a look and just go through it.
Well, and for me, a lot of WoW is actually not the game. It's the community around it. It's doing stuff like this. Like, I actually spend more time on the podcast some weeks than I even do playing the game. So
I've been there.
But for me, that's how I'm able to contribute back to the community. To whoever's listening, thank you for listening. But yeah, I like at least doing things that people can enjoy. But nice. Oh, no. That was not on purpose. So, Deceiverr, how was your week? Deceiverr, or Emma, Lady Emma?
I'm still here. I'm right now a little shocked because I'm doing the trials, fashion trial thing, and my paladin barely has any play gear, and the theme was winter, and there were some really good transmogs. I still managed to win.
Okay, I think it's rigged. I think there's a rigging in that.
I think so, because all right. So there was, I think there's 6 people that do it.
6.
So there's 2 guys that were basically like all in kind of like frost gear, and then there's 4 female characters, and one of them was like very wintry because the theme was winter. I just had an axe, black boots on, black pants, a red top, and green gloves. And I won.
You cheated.
No, you weren't there voting for me.
Yeah, so you must have cheated.
I didn't bribe anyone.
Now, here's a question I was wondering on the trial style. Could you technically multi-box that?
Probably, yeah.
You definitely could.
Because I was thinking, like, there has to be something. How does Blizzard know that everybody there is different? Or do they go off your overall Battle.net account? I was just, again, not that I'm trying to cheat, because I don't want to cheat. I think that takes out of the fun of the game. But I was just thinking, there's somebody's going to abuse this system.
Should I ask Gigabear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he would know. He's always multi-boxing, so he can get his character, like, huge.
Yeah, and then let me know, because I'm just, that was one of the things I was like, trial style, that's just waiting to be abused. I mean, kind of like vote kick. I'm betting that's already abused in some ways. So Lady Emma's playing trial style.
That's what I'm doing right now, which I mean I'm not doing. This is what I was doing earlier. I haven't really played too much World of Warcraft this week. I think I played a little bit on Monday, I think. Tuesday was distracted because of Frazley wanted to test something new.
Yeah, and that evening turned into a long evening because I got home with all the stuff, started playing around with it, and was like, oh, it's already 11:30 at night.
Yeah, so I was definitely distracted by that. And then Wednesday, I don't know what I was doing. I can't remember Wednesday. Wednesday's so on. Today's Thursday, so Wednesday I went to sleep.
Okay, nice.
So, and my coworker got me really addicted to an app game. I will pull up the name in a second. So I have played a game.
That's good. It's always good to have a game in a week and all that.
I'm playing Word Cookies.
Oh yeah, because I saw the tweet. I was between stuff earlier, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like I can't spell to save my life, and there's no penalties if you get something wrong, which is what I like.
Nice.
So, instead, when I'm fooling around trying to figure out what word I need, and I make up a word that I didn't even know was a word, I get bonus. I'm doing that, and then my best friend is trying to get me to play Forge of an Empire, which I kind of found boring.
Forge of is that a mobile RTS game?
It's a strategy game where you're making like a city.
Okay, kind of like the Warcraft stuff and like city skyline and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you make it so you basically put stuff down and build village type thing, and then attack other people.
Okay.
Basically, I will get bored of it soon. I don't know. Like they have a neat concept, but it's just I can't get into it, or I'm not that good at strategy that advanced.
Yeah, some of those games go over my head. Aggelos, do you like any of those RTS games?
I like some RTS games like Age of Empires, but generally not any mobile one because they just become time sinks.
Yeah, is it a time sink, Emma, on this one?
Kind of, but what happens is when you put like certain things down, you're more waiting for it to like things to pop up.
Okay, so yeah, so it's time gated would be more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like wow. So MMOs really did teach mobile games a lot of stuff.
Not always for the best.
Most of them. yeah, but it seems like a lot of the mobile games are just trying to rip off MMOs because they know that that's the only way they're going to be able to keep people on consistently.
Yeah, I would not mind a mobile. Wow. I know we have the companion app, but it would be fun if they had more mobile stuff.
I actually always kind of wish that WoW would have went back and actually created an app for the Garrison stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I still do Garrison stuff for achievements because like I wasn't really actively playing much. I played like when Draenor first came out. And I think I left before Hellfire even came in. Then I came back in time to finish the ring before moving on to Legion. But I look at my achievement list and went, wow, there's so much to do. And so much of it is, again, time gated by how much I've done in my Garrison. It's like, well, if I could just go back and like, you know, from my phone and just check when my missions and stuff are done, it wouldn't feel like such a chore.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And WoW had a Garrison timer app, but so at least I knew when they would be up. And then I think WoW had put the resources into other things. I was talking with somebody on that, and they said that Garrisons were disliked by enough vocal players that I think Blizzard would get yelled at if they went back and tried to put the Garrisons in. I think they've kind of wrote off Warlords in a lot of respects.
Yeah, definitely they did.
But there is stuff going on with the Blizzard and the mobile department. So like there's been hirings and stuff. So maybe Warcraft Mobile. Ooh, even Warcraft 3 Mobile would be fun. I'd be fine with that.
They could probably run that off too, because that would actually probably work fairly decent on the current generation of hardware.
Yeah, if they can play BioShock and stuff like that, they could definitely do Warcraft. I know Warcraft's a lot of computers on the same thing, but they could do that. And they built the graphic engine for WoW enough, or not WoW, Warcraft. They built it enough where they could tone down the graphics and no one would notice because of the smaller screen.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, Deceiverr, how was your week?
Mostly uneventful, but I did finally manage to get my learner's permit.
Nice.
So I can start driving.
Congrats.
I'm glad I don't live in California.
Hey, I only got 2 questions wrong.
Okay, I think that's better than I did. I'm sorry.
I'll guarantee it. Most people usually have to take it a second time.
No, I only took it once. But
really?
I only took it once myself, but I was the rarity in my class, so.
Yeah, most of the people in my grade had, even for the learner's permit, not for their actual license, they had to take the test at least twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm at least glad that there's an intelligence or understanding, because even intelligence is probably... Yeah, I'm glad that there's an understanding gap for driving, because there are people out there... I still wonder how they got a license, but yeah, I'm at least glad that they gate it away from everyone.
Saying that there's an intelligence gap would imply that there would be intelligence in the first place within my grade.
True. I went.
The only reason I'm saying this is because I know no one that I actually know from school listens to this, so I can say that there's a lot of stupid people at my school. There's a lot of them.
So if I get an angry email, I know exactly who to blame.
You wouldn't be getting the angry email. I'd be getting angry tweets.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
But no one at my school knows that I do this, and also no one knows that online I'm going by Deceiverr, so they don't know they wouldn't know that it's me.
So if you're one of Deceiverr's classmates and you know who he is, send him all your angry tweets. I want to see this.
If they're smart, they won't.
Yeah, I can do that.
For where I am, for the test is a multiple choice test. There's 50 questions, and if you get 10 wrong, it's an automatic fail.
Yeah, I had 48 questions, and I was allowed to get 8 wrong, and it was also multiple choice.
Yeah, and here is, like, if you get 9 wrong, but the rest right, you're fine.
Mine's long enough ago that I can't remember much of it. All I remember
I've done it 3 times, passed all 3 times, but I've done it 3 times.
For moving around, or just 3 times?
Well, I got my L the first time when I turned 19. Because my parents wouldn't sign for anything when I was younger because they sucked. And then my friend decided he was going to move to Florida. He was going to teach me how to drive.
Okay.
And then the second time he came back, and then he got someone knocked up and had to move out of town.
Oh, interesting.
So third time the charm, and one reason no one would teach me is because I didn't have a vehicle of my own.
So it expired after you got the permit?
Yeah, you basically have 2 years and then it expires.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, but I can go for my N at any time, because once you pass the 2 years of having the L, that you can go get your N.
Okay. All I remember of driver's ed was I went to a driving school on a okay part of town, but I was with an interesting group of people who half the group did not want to be there. I made the mistake of getting there late the first time, sat in the back, could not hear the instructor. I did the naive thing. I was young, and I said, I cannot hear the person. Can you please be quiet? Oh, they razzed me the whole time. Yeah, it's like I was stupid. I was stupid, but then from that time on, I got there first. I sat in the front row, and the teacher loved me because I was one of her favorite students because she was nice, but I was also listening to her. So she was like, it actually made me feel sad when I was leaving. She told me on my last night, please come back and at least visit. I mean, you could just tell, like, I was like, wow. So yeah, it was one of those no perks, no frills driving school programs. And we even said that the Angie's list because they wanted us to review it, but it got me through, and I haven't killed anyone yet driving, so I think I'm good.
My school never did driver's ed, or I would have taken it then.
It's been way too many years because I'm old.
Yeah. Or no.
Listening to all you guys, I'm just like, man, I'm so old right now.
You're feeling the way I feel when I'm listening to Deceiverr talk about stuff.
Yeah.
He's the young and
Oh, and Deceiverr, I meant to ask you last week. Let me pull up the notes from last week. Google Docs, don't ask me to review. Well, so Deceiverr, have you ever heard of Mr. Ed? A horse is a horse, of course.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, that pains me that you even say the word vaguely, not like, oh no, I know Mr. Ed. Yeah, I know the fucking.
I don't know Mr. Ed, but it does. The thing that you said sound familiar. Like I've seen it in TV show.
I haven't. I just think I've heard someone old saying it.
I can forgive you, Emma, because I don't think that it might not have made it over to Canada. So I can forgive that. But Deceiverr, it's like, oh. So yeah, Pedro, he hasn't heard of Mr. Ed. Or I mean, he's vaguely familiar. But nice. You got your learner's permit. Do anything in WoW or anything in Hearthstone?
I managed to get myself to rank 20 so far in Hearthstone. Nice. And I also got to play, actually. I know this is kind of boring to a lot of people, but I actually got to play some golf at one of the nicest courses in America. Sandpiper.
Now I'm running to Sandpiper.
Sounds like a lot of sand.
Yeah.
It's right on the beach, which is really cool because at one of the higher up spots to one of the higher tee boxes, I just hit a golf ball with my driver straight into the ocean for the fun of it.
I'm reminded of Sandpiper Crossing from Better Call Saul.
I can put some pictures of it in the Discord if you want.
Absolutely. I think golf's an amazing sport, and there's actually a lot more to golf than people realize. I mean, I've just been amazed at, because we have a golf course near us. You might have heard about it. It's where Tiger Woods and that's probably a bad name. That's probably but like Jack Nicholson has played there, and no, that's not the person from The Shining.
Damn it.
But
that guy is awesome. He's a really good actor. I think he's kind of a weirdo, but he's a great actor.
Oh, you have to be a weirdo to play in The Shining. I mean, to do that, yeah, you have to be kind of crazy.
Well, didn't he also go like full method actor mode on that and just be like kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Didn't he just like isolate himself to do that?
Yeah, and then I think Heath Ledger did the same. I'm glad at least Jack Nicholson.
He did the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm glad that Jack Nicholas, right? Yeah. I'm glad he did not take it to the extreme the way Heath Ledger did.
Some people think that's why Heath Ledger died, because what happened with the drugs wasn't an accidental overdose as a result of his doctors being idiots. A lot of people think that he committed suicide with the drugs because of him becoming so mentally twisted from his little method acting stunt.
Nah, I think it was the doctors gave them too many wrong prescriptions.
Me too.
Because I really like Heath Ledger, so I'm a little bit biased.
Well, for me, I think anybody, if they feed enough, can get into a state. I mean, it's for me. I think what you listen to, what you keep yourself in on a daily basis, it can affect you. I mean, and that's why I encourage people to at least have friends. Don't be isolated if you can. I mean, find people who can support you and be there for you. Sorry, I took the Stark. Let me go into my weekend WoW. Unless you have anything else, Deceiverr?
Just to stop you from saying this. Speaking of WoW and golf, just to kind of stop you from saying it.
Oh, okay. Speaking of WoW and golf.
Damn it, Frazley.
Yeah.
It's like you get some sick, twisted joy out of tormenting me with awful transitions.
I like the jokes that make people go, oh, man. That's my favorite.
Well, I got one for you that's very much fits into that category, but
as long as it's appropriate.
Hate me for it.
Is it appropriate?
I'd say so, yes.
Okay, as long as
here's one that I tell this one to people for the looks on their faces, not because it's a funny joke. What's funny is how people react.
Okay.
And I'll guarantee you've probably all heard this one. What's green and red and goes round and round?
Oh, no.
Frog in a blender.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that one, but instead of frog, it was a skunk.
Skunk?
That'd be worse. There'd be a smell.
They're not green.
Hold on. No. What's black and white, black and white, black and white, and red?
I've heard that one too, yeah.
The skunk in a blender.
Nice. But speaking of skunks and blenders,
Frazley,
I'm a gnome. What do you expect?
Good point. All gnomes have a death wish.
Yes, or we at least want to make people laugh, even if the laugh's a groaner. But so this last week, I worked on the podcast studio. Just kind of got a new mic and got a new ATR 2100 USB. I don't know.
Good for you.
I added some sound dampening walls behind me, so it was just a lot of fun. been working on more school. Just finished one course, passed it, got another course now that I'm working on. Got an upcoming dance showcase and so that's in a week from Sunday, and then I won't have to be at the same caliber of performance. But actually, no, then we have competition and stuff like that. Ooh, that is nice, Deceiverr.
Like I said, it's one of the nicest courses in America.
If for the audio listeners, let me describe it. Deceiverr posted a picture of a course on a beach, and it's really nice. It's over in the Frazlecast Discord, discord.frazlecast.com. Plug for the show Discord. I got my rogue up to 51. Worked on Ravenhold rep grind with Silverbolt on Convert to Shenanigans last weekend. It was actually fun. It's fun to do rep grinds when you talk with people and you're just having a good time.
Speak for yourself. I still think rep grinds are a pain in the ass, but the talking to people is fun.
Yeah, rep grinds. There's definitely a reward to finishing it and a reward to getting it. Like, I did rep some of the rep for Draenor Pathfinder, and then I bought some of the tokens. I bought some of the medallions of the Legion. So if anybody sold those in the past 2 months, I probably bought your medallion of the Legion. I did a screen share on Tuesday night, but then and we were doing trivia with Pedro/Eric and Lady Emma. So we were kind of listening to old theme songs and trying to guess which song it is. It's actually a lot of fun just to look at old things.
And then I started showing them not safe for work cartoons that I used to watch when I was 15.
Yeah.
All right.
One of them was the Max. So Max is spelled Maxx. And then another one is Duckman. And the third one was the Head.
Interesting.
That last one sounds so suggestive.
So,
no, the last one, an alien lives in this guy's head.
Okay.
And so his head is humongous because it has an alien that actually lives in there, and the alien has a TV and a couch and so on.
Interesting. Wow.
That is just strange.
It reminds me of the Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. Kind of like just different things that they're trying out, different cartoons. Nice.
So Family Guy.
Yeah, kind of like that. Well, I'm thinking more like Robot Chicken, but animated and stuff like that.
Anything but Robot Chicken. That show is so weird. Like I guess maybe the Boondocks.
A Boondock Saints? No,
the Boondocks.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was a show that showed up on. It was either Adult Swim or Toonami. I honestly can't remember. So I haven't seen it in a long time. But I'm not going to say anything about it because it was honestly kind of a racist show.
Yeah, probably
But it was a thing that they were doing for a while. Ran for about 3 years, I think, maybe 4 years.
Okay. I could see that in the earlier 2000s. Yeah. I mean,
it started in like 2011.
Interesting. Yeah.
That was like right before all of a sudden people became really obsessed with being PC. So I think that all of a sudden people are like, that's not politically correct enough. And I think that was the end of the show.
Yeah, I could find them. The censors would probably not like that. And then on Wednesday, I screen shared with Pedro and Eric. This was fun. I mean, Tuesday was fun, but no, Eric took this to another level, and this was hysterical. So I screen shared WoW using the new Discord video calling because I'm a Discord Nitro person, so I got to try it out.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Pat him in the back. But I had to run commentary.
That sound.
That was just me tapping my shoulder. I don't know how it sounds.
It sounded funny though. It was just like perfect for that.
Nice. Eric has not played a ton of WoW, so it was just kind of like I wanted him to just kind of run commentary. So I was running Stratholme on my rogue, who's now 51, and he was like just saying like that spider person went down. I mean, it was just hysterical, and I was thinking like, what is somebody who doesn't play WoW? What do they think of? And it's like, wow, because like he's like looking at all the spell animations. I'm like, oh yeah, that's that. I don't know all the animations, but I'm used to it. But somebody who doesn't play WoW, you're like, wow, that's a lot of spell animations.
Oh, hey, really quick.
Yes.
Name someone that I should be. Name a person Akinator to guess.
Aggelos, a person for Akinator.
Aggelos, do you think you're famous enough that you might have a profile on Akinator?
I do not think I do.
You don't think you're famous enough?
I do not.
Have some self-confidence, man.
Well, mostly because I don't even know what it is. So
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, so Frazley, you know what it is, right?
Oh, absolutely. Akinator is a artificial intelligence bot that tries to guess what you're talking about. And believe it or not, it does get some pretty far out things, because whenever it doesn't get it right, people submit the information. So then it learns because like it'll say like, is your person famous? Is your person a celebrity? Does your person do podcast? I mean, it's gotten some amazing results. You have to at least feed it.
It's guessed. On there.
All right, what's her name?
My sister?
Yeah, who is she?
I'll type it to you.
Okay, yeah. All right, how's about I move you to Mod World so you can give me the answers, because I won't know what to put in.
Yeah, she's a makeup artist.
Ah, all right.
But she worked on the World of Warcraft movie.
She did. Lucky.
Yeah, she might be an Akinator then.
Yeah, I'll guarantee it. Here, I'll move you into Mod World.
So then, yeah, it'll just be me. Okay, so it's just you and I talking. So yeah.
All right. Well, there we go.
So the funniest thing was Eric got to see a group fight, and he got to see the tank yelling at the healer, and then the DPS yelling at the tank. And the tank was named Lopez. We think he might have actually been from like one of the Latin American. I because he didn't speak and all that, and sometimes those because they either can't speak English but yeah. The group like vote kicked Lopez, and then I tried to explain to him and he witnessed that, and then he witnessed us defeating the boss without a tank. It was just funny. It was like things you never see unless you play WoW.
Absolutely. Well, what dungeon were you running again?
Stratholme.
Okay, like the old one or the new one?
The old one, level 50.
Okay. Oh, okay. Were you doing it at level or above level?
At level, so it was actually tough and all that.
Okay.
But
I don't think I've ever done that dungeon at level, because when it was relevant for my character when it was at that level was during Burning Crusade, and I was playing a Retribution Paladin, and no one wanted me for anything. So. Oh yeah, and LFG didn't come in for a while, I don't think. Oh, not for many more years. Yeah. Yeah, with LFG it's easy. And then now, if you want to go back in and farm that mount, you just waltz right in. Oh yeah, no. Now I would just be like, just kill it and just be done. I mean, I've farmed that one quite a few times. Haven't gotten that one yet. It's the one that I haven't gotten, but I'm surprised. I would have seen you with your RNG. I would have seen it drop. Yeah, possibly. But if you really think about it, and the number of times that I've actually done that fight, though, like the amount of runs that you could do, I've probably done the place 50 times, if that. Like, so it hasn't been a whole lot where it's like, oh yeah, okay, it makes sense, right? It's just happened to be something I was doing. Yeah, whereas like ICC and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I've gotten almost everything out of ICC except for Invincible. So, but you have Ashes of Alar. Okay, so I do have Ashes of Alar. Yeah. Ashes of Alar, all the war mammoths from the vaults of Archivon. There's a few other ones. I actually have. Do I have my phone with me? Yeah, I do. Awesome, because I actually made a little there's a checkbook, a checkbox app to let you check things off. So what I do is I went through and I made a checklist of all the different raids and all the different items that I don't have yet. From I guess up from Legion back. So I don't think I add some of the Legion ones, but for the 5-man dungeons, I don't have death charges reigns from Stratholme. I don't have the blue Proto-Drake from Utgard Pinnacle, and the reigns of the Veritas Stone Drake from Stonecore I don't have. I do actually have the reigns of Drake of the, what is this? The West Wind, North Wind from Vortex Pinnacle. I don't have it marked off, but I know I have it. So, but yeah, no, I got quite a few of these things. I really need to go back and do Black Temple for the pets, because I need like Fragment of Anger, Fragment of Suffering. I got Desire, but there's tons of pets in Black Temple that I need to go back for. And but yeah, that's a lot of the other ones I already have done, like Throne of the Four Winds. I have that Drake out of there, so yeah. I farmed a lot of those.
I enjoyed the app simplearmory.com. I use that one because it'll just list everything for all the collections. Have you used that one?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've ever used that one, to be honest.
You just go there, put in your simplearmory.com, just put in your realm and your character. It pulls up everything on a checklist, and it says, okay, you got this and this, and it tells you where to go. And then it actually has a farming route. So if you wanted to go down the list, you get the different things. I found that one out, I think, last year.
They pretty much made an app out what I did on essentially a much simpler format. So that would have been really useful.
Yeah. But this way, if that site ever goes down, then at least you have it backed up somewhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's on my phone, but I can back it up from that. But yeah, no, that app is really cool, though. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a free one. So just as long as the person keeps it up, who knows that, like with anything.
Well, the one thing, depending on how the mod community is, some of the more popular mods I know in ESO, when mod creators have moved on, other modders have actually picked up projects and resurrected dead projects. So if it's popular enough, you may see, if the person decides to leave at any point, someone may pick it up, which is always a hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there have been some good add-ons that have gone away, but then other people find a way to make the add-on better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and I was trying to explain to Eric the lore of WoW. And
okay.
Just like trying to say, how do you describe the demons and how they're aliens and stuff like that? And then I showed him, so you see this island, and it started here, then it expanded here, it expanded here, it expanded here. I even went deep into some 7.3 and beyond spoilers and stuff, and I was like, I said bleep 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 bleep, and he was like, "Wow, that's amazing."
The lore of Warcraft is actually fairly deep.
Yeah,
deeper than you would think it would be, to be honest. I think the only thing that I think comes as a detriment to Warcraft lore is the amount of retcons that they have done in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it. One of their mythos for when they're designing is that gameplay always trumps story, and that they've said this. Developers have said this, and I mean, it's not a bad thing because they do make games that are a lot of fun, right? Like that's just one of their keys, but they're not above changing entire, storylines because it doesn't suit gameplay at some point.
Yeah. They're almost like the Doctor Who type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure how I really feel about that, because I am a lore nut. So it always kind of upsets me a little bit whenever I see lore getting, taken away or adjusted a ton. It's just like, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think one of the ones that I struggle with is like there's some good comics out there, and to find out that one of the comic series, people are speculating that one of the characters is no longer valid, and it's like, but you designed this amazing comic for it, and the characters are just going to be written off. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it especially if you've grown an attachment for those various things, it does make it kind of like, really, is that what you're they don't deserve more better than this? Yeah. it's like Star Wars. I have a huge problem with what Disney's done with Star Wars because I love Knights of the Old Republic. I've not played SWTOR, but I love the old BioWare RPG, and then there's some books of Star Wars that I like, and all those pretty much are gone.
Oh yeah, the extended universe does not exist in Disney's world anymore. So yeah, no, I know what you mean there. It's like, well, okay.
But then there's also the idea of headcanon, and it's like, okay, then it's my headcanon. It's like I've got it. There's an amazing Harry Potter. Are you back?
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yeah. So the thing.
The show's over. Right. See you later, guys.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, thank you for
I know. I would imagine you don't want to be dealing with me anyway. So if you want, I'll just bye.
Okay, so the thing that he was trying to do got it half right. All it could get was it was my older sister, which is true. But who my sister isn't, and then I sent him the IMDb whatever database thing, and showed him what my sister was working on. And the very first thing you see is Warcraft movie.
Okay, so
and I'm so jealous of that.
So all we got to do is just make this podcast famous, and then all of us will be on it. Who's Deceiverr? Oh, he's that horde scum lore nut on Frazlecast.
Hey, who you calling lore whore?
No, I never said that. I said horde scum.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Wait a minute. Who you calling scum?
You
Alliance dog.
I'm a proud Alliance dog. Woof woof.
I should be already famous. Everyone should know me already.
Oh yeah. Well,
Who are you? I'm so sorry for that.
I don't know how to respond to that.
The silence. I feel like I just said something incredibly horribly wrong.
So Eric Gowder said that if they add ships and pirates, he will definitely play World of Warcraft. So you heard it here first. Eric Gowder will.
So basically, the next expansion with the South Seas.
Absolutely. So Eric Gowder, you better be saving up the money for the monthly fee and for the expansion, because we're gonna hold you to it.
And you better pick the right faction.
Alliance.
What if it's gonna be like spaceships for ships?
Okay,
So,
we're already getting that in 7.3.
Hey, Eric Gowder, can you post in Frazlecast if you want it to be water ships or spaceships? And then we'll post this. Okay, he's typing. Oh, okay. Yes.
Oh, so you can join for patch 7.3 because there are kind of a spaceship thing going on.
Okay, so
spoiler alert.
Go to worldofwarcraft.com right now, Eric, and buy the battle chest. And you don't need Legion yet because you got to get up and level. But pick up the battle chest and then
get Legion actually, so you can get the level 100 character boost and speed shit up.
I think. Well, no.
Besides, he might as well have Legion anyways. He's gonna need it.
True. It depends. Get Legion.
So you might as well get it and then get the level boost. That way you don't have to wait for you too long. Because I am not the most. I'm patient, but not excessively patient.
But you better join the Alliance.
No, you better join the Horde.
The Alliance.
Horde. Come on, Aggelos, back me up here. For the Horde. There we go. For the Horde.
Alliance.
Okay.
Because you get the permission to punt those gnomes.
I'm sorry if I blew your mic up.
Oh no.
You know what? If you're gonna get the game, I have a whole bunch of accounts that I'm willing to give someone to be my recruiter friend.
Okay, so yeah.
You still have to pay for the time card, but I have the chess type thing.
That actually is a really good just as long as is he able to log into it because where it's not account sharing?
Actually,
no, they're unactivated accounts.
Oh, okay. Hey, Pedros.
Where is he?
So yeah, actually,
I just want recruiter friends.
Yeah. So Pedro, talk with Lady Emma. That's actually an amazing deal.
But you have to pay for at least 2 months.
Oh yeah.
And you have to promise me that.
And that's about $60. So, or no, $30. It's about $30. So yeah, you are getting a really good deal, Eric. And yeah, join the Alliance. But yeah,
I will even allow you to join the Horde side, if you're going to be my leveling buddy, so I can get the recruiter friend bonus where you can just give me levels.
Okay. Then yeah, that works too.
For the Horde.
I'm glad that I run this through an alphonic limiter.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I showed him Ironforge to Stormwind, and in the process showed him the Deep Run Tram. And while we did it, I did my first Brawlers Guild ever.
Isn't it a lot of fun?
Oh, it is. I'm actually going to go back and play more of it. I was like, that's awesome. And I beat a Shotgun Bear in 1, beat a few more, and I got the rank 2. So and then I said that like that I would come back because I was getting tired at that time. It was almost midnight, so I was like, I can't go any longer. But then we ended the call, and I talked about things including cats and how terrifying hamster yawns are. If you've never seen a hamster yawn, look it up. It is terrifying.
You're terrified of a yawning hamster?
Look it up on YouTube.
That explains why you picked a gnome.
It is terrifying.
Yeah, it's so... Oh, no, I can't say it. Can I say it? It's disturbing.
Is it safe for work?
No.
Nope, can't say it.
I'm just innocent.
Lies.
I am pure innocent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Then what was it you were just saying in Mod World?
No, don't say it, because...
I won't,
I was just
but I'm going to leave it at that.
Why Frazley might have a fear of hamsters.
Okay, let's...
I think we got some news to go over, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, moving on.
So, let me see if... Oh, yeah, I made an awesome shirt, and I'm writing 9 papers on Blizzard for school. I just thought that was...
Oh, I finally got my Frazzlecast shirt, and it's plum color with the Frazzlecast lettering on it, but it smells like vinegar.
Yeah, that's shirt.frazzlecast.com if you want one of the shirts. Just plug for that.
It will smell like vinegar. According to Frazley, just wash it, and the vinegar smell will be gone.
Yeah, and
I just got mine, so I can't.
That's generally good news or good advice. Anytime you buy clothes, is to wash them before.
Yeah.
Who knows who was wearing them ahead of time?
My mom used to get on my case for washing the clothes as soon as I buy them. And I've done a little bit more research. One, you don't know who has tried these clothes on before you.
Yeah.
And you really probably don't want to sit in whatever is on them. Second, there's actually a chemical that they put in the clothes to get rid of pests from chewing them and getting rid of it, which is actually harmful for our skins. So long exposures, we might get rashes or whatnot. So that's why you should also wash the clothes before you wear them.
As an undead, I am a little unfamiliar with this concept you just mentioned. Skin? I'm a little confused.
You know that rotting flap in between stuff?
Yeah. I haven't had those for a long time. I'm just kind of like bones now.
Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about it as much.
You're undead. I'm pretty sure you got a little bit of flap right on that cheekbone of yours.
No, as a matter of fact, my jaw actually fell off.
But speaking of jaws falling off, in 2 weeks, there'll be a lot of jaw flapping because Gamescom is coming up. And I'm excited because we have 3 shows planned for that entire span. So watch.
I actually have to give you credit. That was probably your best transition, because for once it was actually something related to what you were about to say.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
so credit where credit's due.
I'm learning. I'm getting better. So Gamescom, they've announced the schedule. There is a new Argus shirt coming out. Just that's a random tangent on the way in. But the Blizzard reveal ceremony will be 8/23, so August 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern. Because it's like whatever the time is in Germany, so I'm just going off of the Eastern time. But yeah, 12 p.m. Eastern will be the Blizzard reveal ceremony. And according to Wowhead, the way they're interpreting it, and it's probably a smart move, they said it might mean no big WoW expansion release at Gamescom. And what's interesting is it's not just because of like timing, because Destiny 2 is getting an event on Thursday. So it is, it could be, yeah, go ahead.
All I have to say is if they announce the next expansion at Gamescom instead of at BlizzCon, I'm gonna lose my shit.
They did that with Legion, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I lost my shit, and I'm gonna lose it even more if they do that again, because that stuff's supposed to be at BlizzCon. Then it's like then I kind of lose my incentive to watch BlizzCon.
I actually agree with Deceiverr on that one. I was a little taken aback that they announced Legion at Gamescom, because it's a general gaming convention. Yeah, great. You have a lot of people who possibly aren't Blizzard fans there, probably more that are. But, you have this giant convention for your fans. It only seems right that's when you save it. I wouldn't feel bad if they were showing some stuff they had before, but the idea is you want to get people, your own fans really hyped for this stuff. I don't think they're going to show anything off at Gamescom for World of Warcraft. I think they're going to focus on things such as their Overwatch League that's coming out, and, for their esport competition and all those prize pools. Those are the big things that'll get people interested, because they'll see $sign.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if they've learned from the Gamescom thing and yeah, we probably messed up by revealing it a few months before our big event. Because I think people said the same thing about Gamescom about BlizzCon that year. It wasn't quite as exciting because you already knew what they were going to talk about.
Exactly. And then with everything else, all the other games, I didn't really care too much. It's oh, hey, Necromancer, cool. Diablo 20th anniversary, cool. But I got my digital tickets so I could watch to see the next expansion being released or announced. And what did I end up getting? I got told what I found out right after purchasing my BlizzCon ticket from Gamescom. It's oh, hey, I'm going to buy my BlizzCon ticket now because I want to find out what the next expansion is at BlizzCon. A week later at Gamescom, the next expansion is Legion. And I'm just thinking
And then all of BlizzCon, what are you watching? You're watching the PvP tournaments and stuff like that you probably just didn't care about any.
I like the PvP tournaments a little bit, but it's that's not why I'm getting the ticket. I'm getting it because I want to see what the next expansion is.
I will admit, I got the ticket last year. I watched a little bit of stuff, but I wasn't overly impressed with things that caught my interest. I'm one of those people, I can't watch someone else kind of battle. I get bored. So even watching Hearthstone tournaments, it's not me. Mine is information. I want to know information that I'm going to be heading into.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's kind of how I feel when I'm doing competitive dancing or watching dancing. I like to dance, but I don't like watching people dance. If it's my friends and I know the people, then I enjoy watching them because I'm able to cheer them on and encourage them. But if it's just somebody I don't know, I get bored.
Well, I get kind of excited, at least with this past one, because there was some interesting stuff going on, especially with the last matchup between, I can't remember the two teams' names, but it was the European guys versus those American guys. And I was rooting for the European guys because it's wow, if they win, not only will it be the first time anyone has actually won BlizzCon 2 years in a row, I think it was Fabs or either Fabs or Swapsy. It was his third time actually winning BlizzCon in the WoW Championship, and I was just that's just really impressive, and I really want to see that happen.
Yeah, so there you have a connection to the person, whereas otherwise you don't really know who they are.
Which I totally agree. It's if it's someone I know, I will be cheering for them.
Absolutely. And
well, I didn't know those guys because I don't speak Italian.
But you were learning their story, and you learned who they were. Or at least you made them important.
That is true. I've actually been rooting for them for the past several years, even though I've only been getting the Blitz for 2 years now. This will be the third year.
Nice.
On YouTube when they released the stuff, and I just thought it was really cool to see these guys getting their because that just was cool.
So it created a narrative for you. Created a story.
Yeah, because I keep seeing these three guys, Botar, Fabs, and Swapsy, I just keep seeing these guys cut through the competition, and I'm just really impressed by it. So I was just enjoying continuing to watch.
Nice. So the one thing about this gamescom, it does bring up a theory that I've kind of heard some different places. So I've heard one theory, because different games are moving into more DLC. One of the theories is, what if Blizzard's actually moving away from expansions and just into DLC and either cash shop or paying for DLC? Kind of like how ESO's gone.
If they do that, they will lose my business, and I will go completely to private servers. And I'll guarantee that everyone else is going to as well, especially with some of the private servers who have a lot of that unique content with like Naga and ogres being playable races, and then the custom classes and all that fun stuff.
Now, even if either the DLC is lower priced or you get it more often, or you are still getting content,
that kind of thing. I'll tell you what, I play a lot of games that have that style, and I hate it. It's actually why I can't find an MMO home right now. So yeah. The one redeeming factor of World of Warcraft is the fact that it still is a sub-model. It still does its expansions at, a reasonable level, and you still get content patches, and thank goodness their cash shop is very small, which I appreciate.
Yeah, and they only add things every so often. Like they added
very rarely. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely see that part too, and because like my biggest gripe with ESO, I'm going to get into an ESO. Oh yeah, hold on. I've actually got I've got a segment for this. I should have had this already queued up. So I've got it's time for my ESO rage segment.
Okay, who let the dogs out?
Why did you have to do that to me?
Okay, now I'm back. But that's my rage / ESO segment that I made. But
sounds a lot like what I do.
I probably have listened to one of your podcasts when you've done that, and probably just got the idea. So thank you for the inspiration, Aggelos. But yeah, it's that's part of like the thing that actually made me move away from ESO. Was that I was getting into the ESO and when they were doing the expansions, but I was spending a lot of money on ESO. It was almost to the point. It was like, yikes, that's a lot of money. I'm ashamed to admit it, but it got me hooked.
Oh yeah,
money.
Oh no,
because they have no cosmetics in the game, or very like they may add 1 or 2 cosmetics into the game per DLC patch every 3 months. But they add 12 to 15 items to their cash shop every month.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a 3 to 36 item split, whereas in World of Warcraft, you're seeing every patch there's 100 new items being added in, bunch of different mounts, things like that are being added in, and every 6 months maybe they'll throw a pet or a mount on there,
and
if that.
And even this last one. The one thing I and the one criticism I do here is they added a cool feature of the color changing, because that is a pretty cool feature, and you can only get that on the cash shop for now.
Well, there's one other mount that could change, which was the Fate Dragon, which I think you still have to pay for.
Yeah, and I own all of them. So
me too.
I own all.
Where does that money come from?
You save up for it.
I didn't pay for it.
Oh man, I paid for it all, and I had the tight budgets for the month that I did it. I was like, I have to put this money, and then I can't buy other things. So it's
my best friend lives far, far away, so digital stuff is easier to buy when it's like $1,000 plane ticket to try and see each other.
Yeah. And
so this year she got me 2 puzzles for Pokemon maps.
Nice. Yeah, so that's why like, and I was asking on Twitter about this thing, and pretty much the consensus is the same thing, that is DLC is only for, like, Jared was saying that the business plan is for second tier MMOs that don't have the ability to build a large enough subs player base, and I would probably add, don't have enough to build the revenue model that all of Blizzard has, because they just released their quarter 2, and for all of Blizzard, I heard about the quarter 2 and all of that, on all things Azeroth. I actually didn't realize that they'd had it. Like, all quarter 2, the monthly active users are at 48 million, up 38% year on year. So that's people every month who are actively using a Blizzard property, and that the MAUs have more than doubled since early 2015. So more people are playing Blizzard properties. Blizzard experienced strong participation with in-game content for Overwatch, Hearthstone, and Diablo 3. And World of Warcraft time spent grew year on year, and Legion continues to outperform Warlords of Draenor. So yeah, in a way, Blizzard has the revenue model that they don't have to go to DLC. And yeah, hearing that people, if they did that, people would leave them.
Yeah, they definitely would, because honestly, the only thing that keeps me coming back to World of Warcraft is the fact that it still has the best MMO model. If they went and followed everybody else, they would be just like everyone else to me, and I would never go back to them. Yeah,
and I think Blizzard's going to do kind of what Apple does and do their own thing. I'm also an Apple fanboy too, so fandom.
I've played a couple of different MMOs. And World of Warcraft is still my favorite for many different reasons. One, that you're dead, you don't lose a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Then what else?
The two that I'm impressed with are Guild Wars 2, on how they've been able to build that without a sub, but I don't trust NCSoft. That's part of a deep down. I'm still mad at them for destroying City of Heroes, and because City of Heroes was running pretty fine, and even talking with people, it was not running them in ragged, but they decided that it wasn't worth it, so they dropped it.
I tried it, and on my computer, I don't know if it's my system or not, but it lagged a lot.
It was not your most optimized game. There was a lot of issues with some of the developers of City of Heroes. You had to look past a lot of things when you played it, but it was fun to play. It was fun to be a superhero. And like, they had a thing where you could create missions and create stories that would show in the mission. And that was one of the things that I really enjoyed. But yeah. So yeah. And then Ashes of Creation is the other MMO that I'm watching. I think if they can replicate, not copy, but replicate the best stuff WoW's done and then push it further, I think that they are another MMO that, if they can deliver on all that they've said, will be pretty amazing.
I remember back in the day when D&D Online came about. I played that for a bit.
The Dungeons & Dragons, which then kind of turned into Lotro through a turbine. I mean, or not turned into, but spawned Lotros.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I played that one a little bit, but I couldn't get into the Dungeons & Dragons world. I guess that's probably me.
No, I played the beta, so it was a little bit, choppy.
Jumping around show notes, but one interesting thing that, just for speculation wise, the World of Warcraft beta configuration has been updated. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
So on the beta servers, they've updated it where it like, I can't get Google Docs to open this link, but they've gotten it where it shows like August. Come on, open this link. Yeah, so the people are wondering like why are they updating the beta now and when nothing's been announced? And it could just be somebody at Blizzard is modifying stuff. Or it could be that there's something interesting happening. Any thoughts on that?
I didn't even know that it was updated. So it's updated to the next expansion then, I guess.
It's showing a. I'm trying to get this link to load. It's showing a link to August 3rd, I think. It was updated. According to Wowhead, it was updated. Come on, Wowhead. It shows version 7.3.0, 247 or 58 beta x64, but it has a build date of August 4th. And between 2006 11/08, the date of the opening of the Trial of Valor, and 2007 8/04, Blizzard never publicly released a beta build. So that's just making people wonder if Blizzard's gearing up for whatever's coming next. But that could also be them getting ready for. It actually would be pretty cool if at BlizzCon they announced a beta that day.
I would imagine they probably will, because BlizzCon is what, like 2 months? What, September, right?
Yeah, or November, I think.
September and whenever they announce it, it's only like a month, maybe 2 months away. So they're updating this. They'll get it ready, and I can imagine them doing their big stage performance when they announce, World of Warcraft, whatever, and beta servers are now live.
Yeah. And kind of like what they've been doing, like E3, like saying like, buy this now. Yeah. Or not Blizzard, but like Sony does that sometimes, and so does Microsoft. And that would be a cool thing. Just
people would lose their minds. They absolutely would. Yeah.
And I could see Blizzard doing it with the increased development cycle that they're doing. So it's not like, oh, well, we'll have it coming soon. Oh, no, and there's a new 7.3 pre-patch quest. And this might be one of the ones, because like before I think 7.2, there was a couple quests that have not reappeared. So you have a limited time. But I did the Whispers of a Frightened World scenario. I logged into Dalaran in this, and I got a quest. Going through the quest, something big is coming. It's not just 7.3, but they're seeing the story that they're showing even in this quest. They're pushing for something big.
I haven't started the new quest line that just came out on Tuesday.
I
haven't.
It's amazing. And that's
all. Oh, I'm planning on doing it. It's just when I want to do it, I want to make sure that I'm focused on it.
Yeah.
And this week I've just been really tired that there's no way I've been able to focus.
I was distracted by somebody playing Guild Wars 2 on Twitch.
My boyfriend's telling me, he's like, I'm waiting for you. I won't do it without you.
Okay. So after this podcast, but you can.
No, after this podcast, I'll be going to bed.
Oh yeah. And trying to think if there's, because a lot of it is like, we've discussed kind of like what we want to see at Gamescom, and we all kind of agree that we really hope that they hold off until after. I want to ask: have any of you been calling it have you been calling it the Blizzard app or the Battle.net app?
I still call it Battle.net, and I actually watched a YouTube video based off of this last night.
Nice.
Where
the Battle.net client.
Where basically the people were complaining about Blizzard. What in the world are you doing? Because when they changed the name, whatever name they picked, even their devs never called it that. They slipped up constantly, still calling it Battle.net. Now, apparently, they're now changing it to Blizzard Battle.net because they want to have a running theme where their franchise, Blizzard, connects everything together.
And I can see that part. I can see why they wanted to call it the Blizzard app, but Battle.net's everybody knows that.
Yeah, well, my understanding is now going to be Blizzard Battle.net.
Yeah, and that I think makes the more sense, because like even after they changed it, I wasn't going to Blizzard.com. I was still going to Battle.net.
I still have the application that said Blizzard Battle.net.
Yeah, mine does too. It changed in the menu bar in Mac, but it still says. Right now, if I hover over it, it says Battle.net, and like the app download was still Battle.net. And I think I think Blizzard was trying to do a branding change, but they weren't thinking it through all the way.
They never do. So yeah, the YouTube video I watched was basically completely complaining about it.
Ooh, the speculation. Still Warcraft related. Warcraft 3 has started testing map improvements and promises better matchmaking. So that could either go to Warcraft being announced, not WoW, but Warcraft being announced at Gamescom in some new fashion.
Oh, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, because they're still even using the old Battle.net, because like you can't keep your name and stuff using those on the Warcraft 3, but they've updated their to the PTR for Warcraft 3.
I thought it was dumb that they tried to go away from Battle.net to Blizzard, whatever. I mean, I guess for branding, it's kind of their thing, but Battle.net was kind of they had forever. And I have a feeling that as soon as they were planning on releasing that, there was probably a bunch of people going to like pick it up. And they're like, we're probably going to lose a lot of customer base. Just the fact that we've had this for so many years. And now it's going to go to somebody else who's going to profit off of it. No.
Yeah.
No, I think they held on to it even after, so they didn't lose their name.
Oh, no, they probably didn't think about their marketing when they made Battle.net. They were just thinking, well, what would be cool would be to have, like they thought, you're battling on the net, Battle.net.
Oh, this is a, that's exactly what their thought process was. But this was back in the early days when not everyone even, online multiplayer was amazing when you had, they used to make this a selling point of 8 versus 8 players, and that was like, really? Like, wow, that's amazing. And everyone kept upping the thing. Oh, we have truly massive 64 and 64. It's like, oh, wow,
Which then the servers, you didn't have 64 players playing, so you had balance issues.
Yeah.
Battlefield Vietnam, I'm looking at you. Oh, that game had so much hope. Because like they had the Jeeps, and when you played the Jeeps, you could play the songs on the Jeep. But that game was not managed well. That's a tangent. So yeah, Aggelos, I want to just because I like hearing backstory. What's your story?
My story, like who I am, or like in general.
Well, that and like gaming, podcasting. Just like
okay.
What got you started?
All right. Well, obviously, I actually started in playing games. I've always been playing games forever. My very first game I ever bought was Morrowind, and that kind of got me hooked on that. But it took me a few years to actually get into the RPG genre. In fact, I started jumping into shooters more than that. And I actually met a friend of mine who he was a lot older than I was, and he joined our first-person shooter squad that we were doing tournaments and stuff. But he was new, and I volunteered to help him, and we got to talking. And he told me about a game that he was playing called Ultima Online. And it was funny because when he first told me the story of it, he didn't actually tell, like, if he told me it was a game, he didn't say that at first, or I missed it. And I actually thought he was talking about, something that was happening to him in real life. And I was captivated by this because he lived in Hawaii at the time. And he was like, yeah, I was just sitting on this random beach, doing my fishing and stuff like that. And I saw a boat. And I never would do this normally, but I took the boat. And, I'm just sailing the boat around and I actually thought, I'm like, well, this guy is like in Hawaii doing this, like sailing on a boat. And it actually turned out that he was talking about Ultima Online, and it got me completely hooked on that. And he bought me a copy, and he actually paid for the sub and everything because I was young at the time. And that got me hooked into MMOs. Jumped around a little bit between Dark Age of Camelot, which was probably my next one for multiple years, and then hopped into World of Warcraft, which is where I was for many, many a year. I left to pursue Guild Wars 2. Because that was kind of one of the first action type games that was coming into our genre. And that's actually what got me interested in podcasting, because I was so into the creation of Guild Wars 2. I just wanted to absorb more and more and more of it, however I could get it. I didn't even know what podcasts were at the time. And I found a couple shows on this, and people were posting, and I started listening, and I was enthralled with the idea of game podcasting. So I actually joined as a guest host on several of those podcasts. And that's actually kind of where I got my start with doing podcasting. So when ESO was announced, and I always loved the Elder Scrolls since, Morrowind, I decided with my wife that we were going to get together and we were going to do our own show. So I learned how to set everything up, set up RSS feeds, run my own web server, do all those fun things to get the show up and going. And that was probably about almost 4 years ago. We're about 150 episodes, over 150 episodes into our ESO show. Wow. And we now have, I'm trying to think, we kind of spiraled off. It started off with just Tales of Tamriel, which is our ESO show. And then we were like, you know what? I don't know if we're going to really keep going with ESO forever. So being tied to this name alone is kind of hard because we can't take this out of the Elder Scrolls universe because it's kind of would have been like calling it Tales of Azeroth. You couldn't really go away from World of Warcraft with it if you want to cover anything else.
Yeah.
So we formed our blanket network called Dungeon Crawler Network so we could do multiple projects if we so desired. When we first developed it, we didn't really have anything else. We were only doing ESO. But I started falling in love with a lot of the indie developers because they were doing things that AAA developers weren't doing anymore, such as being only submodel, staying away from tons of cash shop stuff, and just trying to be a little bit more risky with the genre that everyone else was not wanting to do because they didn't want to, have the failure MMO and have it be crash and burn. So I spun off several other shows, one for an indie developer called Stormhaven Studios for Saga of Lucemia, their D&D based MMO. I do a quarterly show with the developers, which is always really fun. I like working with the developers.
Yeah.
Indie developers are a lot of fun. Of course, then we also have our MMO show, which we do every 2 weeks. Called the Dungeon Crawlers, which is kind of just us talking about current MMO news. And finally, our newest show, which is From the Ashes, which is for Ashes of Creation, which you had talked about earlier on the show. We jumped on there. We've interviewed the creative director, Stephen Sharif, several times on the show already. Had a couple community members and moderators and stuff on the show. So that was always really fun. So I like working with the indie developers. I mean, I've had interviews from several people from Bethesda, including, Joe Blackburn, one of their coders. Rich Lambert has been on our show 2 times already.
Nice.
As well as their main executive producer has been on our show. So I've worked with their developers and their development team is fantastic. I think they're amazing. I'm not real fond of the suits who call the monetization stuff, but the actual development team is great.
Yeah. And I agree with you on that the devs were the ones that I was impressed with and the passion that they have for ESO.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. So they're definitely awesome people. And I definitely hope to get a chance to actually meet them in person one day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of me.
No, I think it's awesome. Just because I found you. I was searching through whatever podcast player I was using. I think it was Stitcher actually. So and anybody that does a podcast, make sure you're on Stitcher. I started on Stitcher. I moved away from it because of so many different things. I still have them on my phone because every once in a while there's some podcasts that only work on Stitcher. But
I think all of our shows are on Stitcher now, and it's definitely it takes a little bit for a podcasting side of you to get that set up.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have that platform.
The one thing I hate about Stitcher is that you can't replace the file once it's out there. Because I have one thing with I forgot I pressed publish instead of save as draft on one of the episodes. Stitcher picked it up immediately, and I have no show notes now on one episode on Stitcher.
Yeah, it has to be perfect when you send it out, or else that's it. You're not getting anything.
Yeah. So now I've double and triple checked whenever I publish stuff now. But yeah, but I found you guys there because I was getting into ESO in 2014 because I was going between ESO and Final Fantasy 14. I had played Final Fantasy 14 from the end of 2013. Went to ESO because they just released the PS4. And I wanted to soak in everything about ESO. and then I've listened to countless episodes of Tales of Tamriel, and then I finally went back to Final Fantasy 14. But when I came back to ESO last May, I was like, what was that one podcast I listened to? Oh yeah, that was Tales, because it was Tales and then the other one that's out there. I listened to both of them. I mean, just because again, it's fun getting the perspectives. But then I also found Discord through you guys.
Yeah. Discord has been the best time waster I think I've ever had in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm really bad, and I don't use Discord to my full advantage.
I pretty much did not get work done when we first got Discord because I was so busy setting everything up that pretty much an entire week worth of work was me just setting up Discord, chatting with everybody that was in our Discord. Our community has been growing, so
yeah, and the DCN Discord it's active. I mean, I go in there like, whoa. I'm not as active as there as I want to be just because of like different time. But it's like I see like people there all the time.
Oh yeah, there's always people in there, and I've actually been like trimming it. Like our number of people that are in the Discord is because I have a firm, like I use the prune tool to keep our numbers low. So if you haven't been on in 30 days, you have to rejoin us.
Okay.
But that's why our numbers are where they're at now, which I think is still above 400 people or something like that. So
wow. Oh, and isn't there like a 1,000 limit for Discord?
Yeah, unless you become a partner or something. Yeah, there is a limit. You do hit a limit at a certain point. Hence why they have those prune abilities, because you actually have to be a partner to get a larger Discord channel. Yeah,
and I think when they see you at that level, and you have people that are that active at that level, then they're like, okay, we'll pretty much make you a part. It's kind of their gating of every server, but then making sure that the ones who are truly creating a community. And
yeah, I mean, there is a level of it has to, like you can have a ton of people, but I think it's something along the lines of it has to have a certain number of like activity, like the activity has to be there. If the activity's not there, then they don't let you, I guess, do it right.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm already looking at. I don't have near the numbers, but I'm already looking at the cyber. I'm like, yeah, I'll probably have to prune at some point.
Yeah, at some point, like if people aren't actively using it, it just became easier to go, okay, we're just gonna prune this right now.
Yeah.
But we're an open Discord. You can always just go right on back to our site, dungeoncrawlnetwork.com, click Discord, and you're set. So it's not like you're kicked out all the time. So it's just you got to stay active. You got to keep doing those things.
And I definitely recommend anybody listening, definitely check out the Dungeon Crawl Network. I listen to the podcast right now. The one I'm listening to is Ashes and Dungeon Crawl. The Dungeon Crawlers, because those are the two that have piqued my interest. Because
they cover topics you're interested in. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to listen to a game like our ESO show is. If you're not into ESO, why would you listen in the first place?
No, when you added housing, I listened to the housing episode. I thought you did a great job on that one. So,
that's because I was geeking out like crazy with housing. So of course,
and I have to admit, the housing of ESO, I had to put a spike through my foot. Be like, nope, you cannot step back foot into ESO.
Oh yeah, their housing is really well done. So yeah, I can understand why you'd be like, but
yeah. Oh,
if you're only going back for housing, while it's amazing, not worth it. Just for housing.
It's kind of like in Final Fantasy 14. I got to the place where I was only modifying my guild room. I was like, what am I doing? I'm not playing the game. And Morrowind almost got me back too, because I'm with you. I like Morrowind. I used God mode in Morrowind. I have to admit, I never really played it on the difficulty level, but I played all of the expansions of Morrowind. So when ESO added that, I was like, oh man, that looks amazing. Nope.
Yeah, you had to hop back and experience it. I understand.
But actually, so far I've not. But it was very tempting for a little bit.
I still technically haven't either because I have to do all the DLC in order because it's just like a personal defect for me because I have to experience the story as it happened. So I'm still working my way through stuff.
Okay, I can understand. Definitely understand that, and especially with the one cameo now. At least you don't have to worry about if you've over-leveled or under-leveled.
Oh yeah,
and that's something I think Blizzard should learn from ESO. Is I like the one cameo feature. I like that you can.
Well, they've kind of done that with Legion because the starting areas are all like doesn't matter where you go, the level scales with you.
I think. I'm more of the controversial opinion. I think they should put it on Old World, or at least give you the option to enable Old World, because I would love to go back and do a lot more Old World. It's just not as exciting when there's no challenge.
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah, I agree with you on that. And I mean, it's odd that an MMO developer will actually take those steps because it's almost like a money waster when you do something like that. And in ESO's case, they were doing it to maintain, I guess, the feeling of Elder Scrolls, which is that you can go anywhere, do anything you want kind of feeling. So I think it paid off for them, but it's a risk for anyone else because people who've already gone through the content may very well go, why are you wasting your time on this when I want a new raid?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that resource allocation and stuff like that where even Blizzard's not made of money. They have a lot of money.
Well, I think they're the one company that is made of money, but
true, yeah. Apple's the one with like billions in a cash reserve.
Well, this is true.
But I'm guessing with Activision Blizzard probably has the money in a cash reserve too that they just don't tell anybody about.
Oh yeah, they're making bank. That's definitely not outside the case there. They're making money. They're better off than any other game developer out there, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
which is why I hope they don't go the route of like the DLC. I know I'm jumping subject, but I'm just like it's or not jumping around. But yeah, it's interesting seeing different MMOs and seeing how they handle it. Because like even the weird concept is we can't have the vanilla WoW anymore because games back then there was only one or two MMOs that really people played. Now people have so much choice. I mean, now we have podcasts like the MMO Reporter. We report on new MMOs. We have the Dungeon Crawlers who reports. I mean, there's all these podcasts. We have Massive VOP who reports daily on new MMOs. So it's like.
Well, it's not even that. If you go on Steam, there's tons and tons of different MMOs right there.
Yeah. Some of those early access, but yeah, even some of those MMOs. Oh, that reminds me. I played one on my phone, Chaos and Legends. Are you familiar with the company Gameloft on mobile?
I know their name, yes.
They came out with a WoW. It really is a WoW ripoff and clone because when you're playing it, it is WoW. Like even though you walk into the starting zone, you're in Elwyn Forest and just walking around this level. They achieved a way of making a very low quality WoW on a phone, and I was in a kick. I was like, I'm playing on my iPad. This is my MMO that I'm going to play forever. But then you saw that it didn't have quite the charm of WoW. It didn't have quite the detail of WoW.
Yeah.
What's the name of it again?
Chaos and Legends. They have a sub. They have not crowns. They have crystals you can buy. So they are basically the free-to-play MMO with a sub. Yeah.
So if I wanted to, then theoretically I could be playing World of Warcraft on my iPad.
Yes, just as long as
Except it's not actually WoW.
No, it's not WoW. But the developers have pretty much copied WoW, changed it enough so it's not going to get them in trouble with copyrights. But yeah, it is pretty much WoW. But I played that, and it was one of those. I kept wanting to come back to an MMO, and I kept wanting to come back to it, but I stayed away because I was like, I'm not going to give my life over to an MMO. What have I done now? Giving my life over to an MMO.
It's even worse because now you podcast about them too. So now not even when you're not playing them, you're thinking about stuff for the show. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The past 2 weeks, I'm like, I've not played WoW in a day or two. So I last night I was playing WoW just because I was like, I need to at least play what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's probably like with the ESO, you're going back in there to make sure that you stay current with ESO.
Oh yeah, even though I'm playing Guild Wars 2 really heavily right now, I still have to make time to play ESO at least a day or two a week, so that way, I can talk about it intelligently.
Yeah, and isn't Arcaneer your co-host on that one?
Yes, he is.
And he's pretty much playing every day, so at least you have a co-host who's playing all the time.
Well, right now he's actually experiencing Morrowind, the original Morrowind.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's his first time doing that. So that's actually been a lot of fun to hear him go through those stories of Morrowind and his very first experiences of going, wow, what in the world am I getting myself into?
Yeah, and walking down the road, having this random creature just start attacking you. And even that world, it felt alive. It was single player, but that was one of the MMO or one of the RPGs that felt alive to me. I felt like people were moving around, and I don't feel like they ever achieved it in Oblivion or Skyrim the same way they had in Morrowind.
They definitely Morrowind had its own unique feel, which hasn't really been replicated.
No. When I remember finding those Dwemer ruins. I just like walked over here. I was like, oh wow! And you walk inside and there's like all this like dwarven stuff, and you're like, wow. Or I mean, Dwemer are they dwarves or are they?
They're dwarves, but not in the classical like Tolkien-esque sense. They're actually elves. But they there's been some artwork of them. They actually kind of look like Byzantine-like because they look very Persian-esque, very long black beards, kind of like what you would see in a dwarf, but they're not, they're short. They're definitely short, just like the Bosmer are short, but they're still elves. They're technically only two races of men and elves. That's it. But yeah, their lore is very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I could definitely see ESO could definitely explore more of the Dwemer and stuff like that.
They've always been the running, mystery because, they've disappeared and been gone for thousands of years. And, even Bethesda said they don't want to tell anyone exactly, what happened. Because, it's the mystery's half the fun, which I actually agree. I never really want to know what happened to the Dwemer because so much of the fun is the mystery of what really happened to these guys,
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like the Matrix. Matrix 1 was amazing, but when they explained the story, I know that's a weird analogy, but I always said that they killed the Matrix when they made Matrix 2 and 3.
Yeah,
hey,
the mystery.
Do you mind if I say something real quick that is going to result in me receiving lots and lots of hate mail?
Is it safe for work?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't.
Keep on interrupting him so he can't say it.
Hey guys, I found out. I was looking online. There's some.
The Matrix sucks.
This baby little Winston on my computer. He's so cute.
I'm gonna drink.
You could totally edit all that out in post processing too. So I mean,
I know, but
I was saying, the Matrix isn't that great. It actually kind of sucks.
You mean the movie?
Yeah.
All right, now, are you talking?
Okay, for being a young teenager when that came out, and Keanu Reeves was really hot. That's basically the highlight right there.
But
the concept,
the acting wasn't good. It was so cheesy. The concept really was nothing. The concept was great.
Young
but the
teenage
was
girl,
cheesy, and they
hot guy. That's all what matters.
Yeah, you're
to
talking about
you, but the other three of us are guys.
You talk about Keanu Reeves.
Swing the other way. You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I said I was married earlier, so I'm with Deceiverr.
You can be married to anything.
All right, then let's all clarify. I'm straight. Frazley, you, Aggelos.
I'm married to WoW.
He's married
okay, so
to
Frazley's basically neutral then.
Absolutely. I don't want to offend
make him
anybody.
a eunuch.
Hey, I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm married to WoW.
I'm married to WoW.
No wonder why he likes his gnomes, because then he can look up some skirts.
What?
Frazley, you sly dog, you.
No comment.
You're not denying it. I did not hear him deny it, so it must be true.
Yep.
Oh, we're in a pickle, aren't we? Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a Frazley problem.
Pickles.
Oh no,
Gnomes. Tee.
Hey, this is the banter that I actually got some somebody said that they loved the banter of the show, so I was like, oh, last week Leisha she said she had a great time. So, but yeah,
I'm out of wine.
You what?
All the wine that we have in the house. How about that? We go buy some more.
We have lots more wine, hun.
No, we don't.
We have tons of wine. We have like boxes upon boxes in the bedroom. We just don't have any more of this wine.
I don't think she realizes her mic is on.
Yeah.
No, I did. I was trying to record
Okay.
it as well.
Okay.
Okay, because I did
wine
hear.
doesn't come in a box, by the way. Anyway.
No. I have boxes or cases of bottled wine.
Okay, because for a second they're like box wine.
Yeah.
What, you've never had boxed wine? What is wrong with you? Filthy casual.
I went in the Okanagan in BC and me and my boyfriend hit a lot of wineries. We brought home 56 bottles of wine.
Lush.
And no, that's just what we brought back at that trip. The amount of alcohol that we already have in the place is ridiculous.
I stand by my Lush statement.
I like my water. Only reason I don't.
Agreed.
Only reason I don't.
I think we have like 4 or 5 different rums. I have some brandy by the stove. We got tons of scotch and tons of different whiskeys. Like, my place looks like it should be a bar.
So what I'm getting from all this is that you guys have a drinking problem.
You know, it's only a problem if they were empty.
True.
How many are empty?
Just don't look in the garage.
Okay.
Actually, in the garage is mostly all pop and very, very little alcohol containers.
I gave up pop because I used to drink I mean there's a place near us called the Movie Tavern, and you can get soda and like a meal with it. So they had these huge, it probably had to be like 32-ounce glasses. I get down to 3 or 4 of those in a 2-hour setting.
I actually just gave it up too because I was taking in too many calories just from that alone. So
yeah,
it's been tough.
I drink mainly soda water or natural sparkling spring water.
I've had maybe a root beer here and there, but I've basically been soda free since 2011. So there's hope, Aggelos. You can make it.
Yeah. I actually was doing good. It was almost like 6 full months of having like nothing. And then I started, I did a data center migration where I pretty much didn't leave a building for 3 days. So I fell back off the bandwagon because I was chugging Red Bull to stay awake for those 3 days.
I've been really bad with Starbucks right now because of the stupid summer game.
Oh yeah, I'm almost level 4. And so
I am 4, and I think I only have 5 more things to unlock completely.
Nice, and then you can go for that 50,000 stars. Yeah, if anybody listening, there's a I walk to a Starbucks almost every morning. It seems like.
You're gonna need to be walking there if you're going there every morning.
No.
I do them I have a mobile order, and me and my boyfriend drive there on our way to work. So basically, if the light is red, I kind of jump out of the car to run into the Starbucks, and he goes around the corner into the back where he picks me up.
I do a straight black coffee. The one thing I added Splenda for a long time, but actually the baristas told me they have an amazing, it's called Toffee Nut. I've never heard of it, but I've tried it, and it, like 4 pumps of that. It's not like the syrups, but it sweetens it up enough that until I find out that Toffee Nut's probably bad for me, and I'm going to like die the next day or two from it. It's really good.
I've been getting the Cool Lime because it's made with green coffee beans, which is apparently way more caffeinated than any of the other coffee beans.
I don't need more caffeine.
And then if I don't have that, then I have a caramel frap with 3 or 4 shots of espresso.
I've had to stay away from frappuccinos. If any of you know me, I don't do things in moderation, so.
Oh, I totally understand. You should see the sizes I get.
Yeah, me who the reason I don't drink is I don't trust myself to moderate.
Probably a wise choice.
Yeah.
Just in general, you probably shouldn't drink.
I'm the one who joined WoW and bought every cash shop mount within a couple months.
And several 100 character boosts.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
And I think a couple of WoW tokens as well?
A couple.
How much is a couple?
A couple. But this is also why I don't play ESO, because I bought a couple things in ESO, because limited time only. When I saw
limited time only.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me, you need to be my sugar daddy for World of Warcraft.
No, I can barely afford my own weapon.
Can't even be his own sugar daddy. What are you talking about?
I know. It's.
Well, if he's spending it anyways, why didn't he help?
No, now I'm buying podcasts.
No, yeah, help me out. I don't have any of them. Oh wait, no, I do have one. One of the mounts.
That's why I'm hoping WoW does not add any more.
Oh, they add one every year.
Okay, I can do once a year. I can do that. I just can't do more than that. I can't do ESO's limited time only.
No, Blizzard's been pretty good. When the Battle.net first opened up,
kitty.
They did a whole bunch at once for the quick and grab money, and now it's kind of usually once a year for the Wish Foundation.
Okay, and that's about $10. Yeah.
Well, they'll do a package, because the pet is about $10. The mount is $25, and then it would be, I think, $30. So you save $5 if you do the combo.
Nice.
Not that I've done it a lot of times, except it's not me paying for it, which we've already discovered.
Yeah, but
Too busy buying alcohol.
And not all this alcohol I paid myself too, but that's the point. Okay, 90% of the stuff even on my shelves I didn't even pay for.
Hey, I need to buy. It's called the Hi-L PR40. It's an amazing mic. Can you buy that for me? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, even my mic I didn't pay for. My boyfriend did because he needed a mic while we were house sitting at my mom's because he forgot his at home. So he bought a mic, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally stealing that for podcasts.
Nice.
Oh, weren't you?
Now he's complaining to me because he's right beside me. He's like, weren't you supposed to pay me back?
No, I mean,
it's never going to happen, dude.
Yeah, never going to happen. But...
Well, also the amount of Starbucks I pay for in the morning, even though I use his credit card, and all the we go to 7-Eleven, and if we don't go to Starbucks,
the amount of Starbucks I allow you to pay for me.
No, I will admit I do put money back on his credit card because I can do payment bills type thing.
I'm sure you do.
And I do try to make it fair, but I do look at how much he drinks, how much I get, and try and do the ratio. So if I pay for the full Starbucks card 3 times in a row, the 4th one he pays.
Man, I'm in the wrong deal. I'm married to WoW, and She only
WoW
wants
doesn't
me
treat you right.
No, I have to pay her money.
That's marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's standard.
Okay, so and then
I'm a child, and even I know that.
I'm not married.
I'm
No one's
17, and even
touching that.
I know that I'm 17, and even I know that if you're that the whole what Frazley said about being married to WoW, even I know that like
females are very expensive. I will admit to this.
Yeah, exactly.
But all the stuff we have to do to make ourselves look the best, to be attractive, it's expensive.
That is true. Only because
like a base pamper. This is not even counting clothes. So just base pamper, I can easily spend $300.
I can believe that.
Now, if you're going to talk about clothes, female clothes are way more expensive than male clothes. So if you get just a typical t-shirt, same size, whatever, same design, a female t-shirt will be $25, where a guy's shirt will be $5.
$5? Where are you?
I don't know where you're buying that from, but
my shirts cost $20.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I'm just doing an estimate.
Albeit I've wore the same pair of jeans for about 15 years now. So
hey, I finally got really good deal on shorts. I spent $13 on a pair of shorts.
I'm able to wear preteen clothes.
Yeah, that's
Frazley
went nuts, huh?
Frazley, I highly doubt that there's preteen clothes that are actually that large.
Oh no, I was a pretty big preteen.
Now, when you say big,
tall?
Like fat or tall?
Maybe.
I know that you were a giant for a long time.
I think now.
Isn't he still giant?
Yeah,
he's 6'6",
and I play a gnome.
Yeah, the irony.
You just wanted to see what the shorter side looks like.
Absolutely, I can
now
sympathize with
I think Emma was right before. He wanted to be the gnome so he could be staring up the skirts.
Like I said, seeing the shorter side for once.
No, earlier you said that.
Yeah, I know. Like, hence my comment, seeing what the shorter side looks like.
So I think I'm going to rein in the podcast now. I think because it is now 11, so I think we've kind of reached. Oh wow, it's 11:16.
It's only 8.
Yeah, it's 8:16. I don't know what he's going on.
You're in California.
Yeah, he's just crazy. He's mentally ill.
Well, that is true.
Are you going to do any Trivia Pursuit or?
How are you all feeling? Are you feeling jealous? If you have to get off pretty soon, we can wrap it up. Or if you want to do a little bit of trivia.
No, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I want to kick someone's ass in trivia.
I'm gonna
beat Frazley's ass in trivia.
Yeah, but I'm betting Aggelos will give you a run for your money.
Well, it depends what the topic is.
If it's lore, no one's giving me a run for my money.
Okay, blue, green, or pink?
Blue.
Hey, wait a second. All right, I'll go green then.
Okay, Pedro, you are pink.
That's Deceiverr.
But Pedro's playing.
Not Pedro.
Aggelos.
I'm going to call you A because I don't think I can say your name.
Okay.
And as you'll find, I won't be able to say names in this.
Nope.
So, I'm going to let the guest go first, then Frazley, and then you, Deceiverr, because you're probably going to kick ass. The person can steal, except for Deceiverr, he can't steal.
Wait, what? Okay, no, that's an unfair rule. That one's too much of a cripple. I'm already going last.
No, it's you. You can't steal.
Yeah, I know. That's unfair.
I'm pretty sure you're going to still win.
Yeah.
No, that one's still unfair, though, because if everyone else gets a million opportunities and I only get one, that's genuinely unfair. I know I'm already starting off last anyways. So
let's try it this round. If it doesn't work, or not this round, this game, if it doesn't work, then you'll have.
That's just kind of an unfair rule, but okay.
I'll let Emma be the real person for this round. Sorry, Deceiverr.
Okay, A. You got purple, by the way. Which mount can be obtained by defeating Kel'Thuzad's Sunstrider in Tempest Keep?
Ashes of Alar.
That is correct. You got purple.
To which I have.
I think Frazley would have gotten that one.
That possibly. I'm not always good at remembering names.
Okay, Frazley.
Yes.
What giant oh, you got orange, by the way. What giant mechanical monstrosity of the Burning Legion roams the Hellfire Peninsula and crushes unwary adventurers underfoot?
Oh.
Oh, come on. You have to let me steal this one if he gets it wrong.
Can I steal
Please. Okay, seriously?
I'm going to pass it to stealing.
No. Frazley, you know this.
Yeah, Frazley,
fire,
you should know this one.
Hellfire Peninsula. Peninsula.
Yeah.
Peninsula.
I'm blanking.
I know this one because it killed me so many times when I was an idiot and
everyone
thought I could kill it.
Everyone was like going off about how they can't stand the sound of it. And
I love the sound.
well, it was more like, oh my god, you hear the sound, you're gonna die.
I'm going to pass on this one.
Arr!
I can't think of a name right now.
Come on.
Muffins.
Oh, man, so much cold.
Oh, it's the Fellweaver.
Hey, you got it. Look at that.
Oh, come on. Frazley, you shouldn't have needed help for that one.
No, I really was blanking. I'm like,
You know what? I will admit, this is under pressure. And Deceiverr, I'll leave it up to you if he should get the point or not.
Give him the point.
How's about this?
Give him half.
If I let him take the point, you let me be allowed to steal if someone gets it wrong.
deal.
No.
Frazley
not this
agreed
time
to it, and he's the host.
Yeah.
So, besides, even I get questions wrong. Remember, there's that one category, like with the loot, I think, that I get everything wrong.
No. I know which one you get wrong all the time, and I always make sure you get that one.
Yeah, I always get it wrong. So, I mean, yeah. That's enough of that question that you always make sure I get is enough of a handicap on its own.
Yeah, that works.
So that's 2 votes against 1. Aggelos, are you going to take Emma's side or mine and Frazley's?
I say give him the point. He clearly got it. I just
no. Well, yeah. He didn't really. He got it because I know he knows it. I know he knows that one.
Now that you say it, I remember it, but it's just like...
I remember even discussing it with you at one point, like a long time ago.
Oh, I don't doubt that. It's just I'm not always good at remembering things. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's fine. You get the point.
Did I feed the cats this week? Uh-oh.
Okay, so Deceiverr, you rolled green. And that's enough argument. Gave me, hopefully, a harder question to find for you.
All right, green. So that's villains, right?
Yes. Who is the leader of the leper gnomes and rule over...
The leader of the leper gnomes?
Yeah.
It sounded like there was more. I want to make sure I don't miss any specificities.
Over irrigated section of Nomergon.
Oh, the irradiated section. Yeah, that's Psychothermoplug.
Can you do the whole name?
Yeah, Mechgineer Psychothermoplug.
Yeah, you got it.
I roleplay with this guy on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, he won my my birthday giveaway on Twitter.
Yeah, the dude's awesome. I get along with him really well.
I always enjoy tweeting with him.
Okay, A, your question. You rolled an orange. What is one of the 3 dungeons available to level 15 characters through the Dungeon Finder feature?
Dead Mines?
Yep. And can you guess the other 2?
Ragefire Chasm, and I can't remember the third one.
Deceiverr, I know you know it.
The third one? Oh wait, did he need all 3 of them for the question?
No, he just needs 1.
Okay, the third. Well, I knew Dead Mines and Ragefire Chasm. I can't remember the third one myself either.
The third one was a Wailing Cavern.
Cavern. Yeah,
Was
actually,
that 15?
when I was leveling, I did.
Or was that
20?
I thought it was higher because of when they redid the zones in Cataclysm, and that became like a level 30 something zone.
The dungeon is still the same level, or I think they have it in separate parts, but it counts.
I thought it was at least level 16 or 17, because whenever I make a character and I get to 15 and I do the dungeon finder, I never actually get Wailing Caverns until I'm almost level 20. I'm like level 18 or 19 whenever I go in there, so I didn't know you could do it at 15.
Frazley.
Yes.
Your question. You rolled an orange. Oh, no, you already had orange. Sorry, I got to re-roll it for you.
I'm the annoying orange. Do you remember the annoying orange, Deceiverr?
Oh, yeah.
I
do remember annoying orange.
I hated annoying orange.
Oh,
Okay.
I loved them.
So, you got yellow. Chromie, who is the most often seen in the disguise of a gnome, is actually which type of dragon?
Is it multiple choice?
Well, you know which 4 choices there are.
And there's a scenario right now.
I know there is, and I've been meaning to play. Oh.
That you haven't played.
It's Chromie, and Chromie you should know because it was also she was in Draenor, and she's a gnome.
Well,
I'm actually going to give him a hint
because there's been some controversy on Twitter. Never.
Yeah, there.
Let me give Frazley a little hint.
Oh, thank you.
Chromie's name when a dragon is Chronormu.
He doesn't have to. It just. What color is he?
Yeah, that's
Purple.
why that name is actually a huge hint.
Green.
I'll explain after he answers.
Green. Dragon.
Really? I don't think I heard that.
Purple?
Okay, you can't give it to him. He just took 2 wrong guesses. One of them he even threw to the wind.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve the answer for that one.
No, I don't.
Can I steal?
Yes.
Sure.
Bronze.
Oh.
That is correct. The Dragon of Time is bronze. Chromie is known to be in the Caverns of Time. Oh, not Cavern Time, but go through time. And the whole death of Chromie is right now, she's trying to prevent her death, and you have to go back in time.
Yeah.
Man, I don't do so well with lore sometimes.
Here's how that hint actually was a really big hint. So I've noticed that with each of the Dragonflights, there were certain consistents with the endings of their names. For example, the Red Dragonflight ends with ZSA, Alexstrasza, Lord Afrastraza, or Afrastraz, and Coriolstraz. The Bronze Dragonflight ends with like Chronormu, Nosdormu, etc.
You're right.
The Green Dragonflight is the only one that doesn't seem to have that consistent, but I noticed the Blue Dragonflight as well had the, Malagos, Kalutgos, Syndragosa. There was always that little consistent there.
Yeah, wow. You're right on that.
Okay, so Deceiverr, your turn. You got
So
blue,
All right, and I already have green and orange, right?
green, and yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah, it was a yellow question because Frazley already had orange.
Okay.
All right, so how many major zones does Northrend have?
Northrend.
I thought I'd change it up a bit.
I was expecting to hear Outland. Oh, that's not right. I even prepared for that. That's just
I gotta
wrong.
go on your toes.
I repeat, it's just wrong.
Come on, stop stalling.
Okay,
Yes.
I know. It's Borean Tundra, Sholazar Basin, Ice Crown, Storm Peaks, Howling Fjord. Wait, how many was that? That was 1, 2, 3. Grizzly Hills, Dragonblight, Zuuldrak, and Winter Spring. 9.
Wrong.
Of course.
Do you guys want to steal this?
Aggelos, I'll give it to you first.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
What? Northrend?
Yeah.
So we got Ice Crown.
Shit! I know which one I missed.
Are you counting Wintergrasp as its own thing?
I just have a base number. Doesn't tell me all of them. So.
And I'm sure as hell not giving you a hint.
10.
That is correct.
Yep. I forgot to count Crystal Song Forest.
Yeah, I know. I was like.
I even made sure to count Wintergrasp.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I made sure that I counted Wintergrasp.
Well, in Deceiverr, you did this in an earlier episode, too.
Yeah, shut up.
It seems like a running theme.
I know.
Bite me.
It's not nice to bite people, unless you're a cannibal.
But it sure is fun.
What the hell?
Sorry.
Next question, please.
Yes.
Okay, so it's A's turn, right? No. Is it yours turn, Deceiverr?
No, he got his wrong, and then I stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so A is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
You rolled a yellow. Which hero of the Horde met his demise during the Battle of the Wrathgate? Something Wrathgate. I can type that
Angrithar.
one. Yeah, that's it.
Which Horde hero
Met his demise during the Battle of something the Wrathgate.
Angrithar.
Angrithar. Okay, what Horde hero? Oh, what was that orc's name? Was he even really a hero because he's an orc? I don't really know if that counts.
I thought you were a Horde player.
I do, but I don't like orcs.
Yeah, the orcs kind of suck.
Yeah.
Horrible posture.
The undead are the best.
Yeah. I like the trolls, honestly.
Cool.
What was his name? Because he was even a raid boss. Oh.
Okay, if he doesn't get this, I have
Sorrowfang.
Do you know the rest?
Full name.
Full name?
Yeah.
Actually, there's Sarfang something something, and then it has something something in brackets.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, so you can just give it the title of the person.
No, just give his actual name. First and last name.
Titles
are kind of being douchey.
No. That part's in brackets. So that, for me, is optional. So it's the title.
The title is actually harsher, because even I don't remember his title.
Yeah, who knows the title? I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm going to give it to Aggelos.
What? No.
Deceiverr, do you know it?
Yes. Dranosh Sarfang.
But that's optional. I needed his title.
Fuck you. His title as a raid boss or as a hero?
I'm assuming he's going to be the hero.
Well, because as the raid boss, it was Deathbringer Sarfang.
Nope.
And
that's
as
not
a
it.
hero, it was Overlord, I think.
Nope.
I gave his full name. What the fuck?
That was optional. I'm sorry. It's in brackets.
Oh my god.
But I'm going to give the point to A. I'm sorry. And
What?
He got the last name in that.
I got the first name and the last name.
Everyone gets a point. You get a point, and you get a point.
Guess what,
okay,
Deceiverr? You already have yellow.
Okay, see? See Deceiverr?
I did?
Yeah.
I thought that was the one that I got wrong and that Aggelos stole from me.
No, that's the one Frazley you stole from Frazley.
Is it?
Yeah.
I am losing track of my life.
That's all of us.
I need to quit.
Title, according to this card, is Sarfang the Younger.
Oh my god. Seriously?
Yeah, because
No
his
one-
daddy's all upset when he finds him on the Overlook. So
In game, no one called him that. Even in the books, he was referred to as Dranosh more often than Sarfang the Younger.
Well, then you talk to Blizzard about this game.
Oh, no. And this
No, I have to talk to Trivial Pursuit, actually.
Yeah, because it's a... Well, I think that might be a Trivial Pursuit to talk to them. I get to see you now going up to the headquarters. Hi, my name is Deceiverr. I'm a Trollmon. Can you change the card in this Trivia Pursuit WoW game? What's
so you're clearly wrong about your own lore. Well, actually, with Blizzard, It probably is.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because they get it wrong and then they go, "Oh, we're gonna retcon it to make what we said right."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Okay. So Frazley,
yeah,
you got
Dan.
purple.
I'm scared.
Item with names featuring purple lettering are what rarity? Purple lettering. Purple color.
Okay. No. I know it. But I'm going to say it. I'm going to get the exact word wrong. Epic.
That is correct.
Oh, thank God you got that right. That was going to be so painful if you missed that one. 2 games in a row.
Oh, I missed that one. No. Before that was blue.
Yeah, you have missed this one. I usually try to give you the coloring ones, and I think you got one. You got the legendary one. That one you got.
Oh, yeah.
But
I don't think I was there for that one.
I think that was with Silverbolt. Yeah, because it was legendary. Because it was Dairy Queen. I enjoyed the dairy and the legend of the Queen of Dairy.
I'm so confused.
Exactly.
All right, I'm ready for my probably excessively difficult question.
I have 2, and I'm trying to figure out. Do you do world events a lot?
I'm trying to decide how I should respond to that one. I mean, kind of. Like, I do and I don't. It depends on which world event.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with this one then.
A couple of them that I do a lot.
Okay, well,
especially Hallows End.
Yeah, it's not that one. I was looking at that one, and I'm like, no, you don't know that one. All right, so I'm not...
Because I have the title, The Hallowed.
So I'm going to do a completely different one. That's not a world event. I put the other world event down. How many signals of wisdom are Oh, yeah, you got purple, by the way. How many signals of wisdoms are needed to complete the strength of one's foe legendary quest line?
How many what of wisdom? Sigils?
Yep. How many sigils of wisdom are needed to complete the strength of one's foe legendary quest line?
Ah, crud.
And the other
I
two
feel like
deal it because they both already got purple.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with a good baseline number for a guess and say 10, since a lot of quests require 10. Yay! So how many am I at now? How many do I have?
You have 3.
Yay!
Right,
Your timing is getting really good, Frazley.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so the question that was the optional one that I was going to do for you originally, and then I saw that one. An elegant dress and white tuxedo shirt can be attained during which world event?
Elegant dress and white tuxedo shirt?
That was going to be your question. You don't have to answer it now. You can think about it.
Can I answer it anyways?
If you really want.
I'm going to say Noble Garden.
That would have been correct. So either way, you would have gotten a point.
Yay. Well, actually, no, if that was my question, due to quantum theory, never really knowing what would have happened, if you had asked, that may have changed my answer, and I may not have said Noble Garden, because I almost said Day of the Dead.
That's got deep. Now I'm thinking about all the things that I could have been doing, and I might actually be running. I might be called Frizzle, and this could actually be a horde about a goblin.
Oh. No, it would have been a horde Tauren. Because,
True.
Tauren are tall.
But but then in real life, I would have been short. So
yeah, really, quantum theory, and also the multiverse theory. So there is a universe for everything. Wow, there is a universe where I have never played World of Warcraft and know nothing about the lore.
See, that reminds me of a TV show called Sliders, where there's so many infinite worlds and lines that not everything's the same. One episode was guys were very rare, and the world was run by females, and guys were living in like a breeding center.
I'm not gonna. Next question.
I'm booking my next vacation.
Next question.
I thought it was really great too at first.
Well, I mean, I'll make my comments on that after Frazley's done recording.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So this question, I just couldn't help once I saw it. And you got pink. So This one speaks to me a lot. Don't touch what you can't afford is said by which warlock pet when summoned?
I mean a warlock.
The succubus.
That is correct.
Yay!
Cheers. What's funny is I made a warlock, and I actually still might have gotten that one wrong too, because I was trying to remember. Wait, was it the succubus or the Shavara?
I was fighting with the succubus and the imp because the imp's kind of a little smarty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only
succubus is more sexual, so.
Yeah, but it could have been like the goblin kind of thing too, like like the goblins.
Don't touch what you can't afford, bub.
Exactly. It could have been just like that snarky. It didn't have to be all sexual.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands off the merchandise, asshole.
Frazley, you've seen the World of Warcraft movie, right?
Up to Medivh's Tower.
Fimmel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really hope you get this. This is yellow. You guys can't steal because you both already have yellow.
Can I still answer it even if he gets it wrong, just for my own twisted satisfaction?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. The orc arrived on Azeroth during which war? War of the Ancients, First War, Second War, or Third War?
You better get this, Frazley. But no pressure.
First War.
That is correct.
I was really trying to think through my history. I was like, yeah, that sounds... Because now, I'm about to say something that's probably going to be very wrong. War of the Ancients was a different war for different things way before.
Yeah, it was when the...
10,000 years ago.
Yeah, when the Legion first tried to come through, and the elves had to kind of fight against them. And
not just the elves, actually. The elves had to ally with both the Drogbar and the Tauren to fight against them. And the dragons only sort of because of the whole issue with Deathwing becoming Deathwing in the first place. So that one, yeah, most of them did. Not so much the Blue Dragon flight; they kind of got decimated. But
one Blue Dragon can help as best as he can. I'm going off of the books.
I remember because I read that trilogy. That was a really good trilogy. So if you haven't read that, anyone, read it.
I still have to finish reading the last 80 pages.
I still got to read all these. My Audible keeps renewing, and I gotta read all the books because
the books were good, but the narrators were really bad on almost every single one of the Warcraft books.
Plus, that's just better to actually read the book. To me, at least, it's more satisfying.
I can't read.
I'm Audible. Actually, I get more into it. So all the other past books that from Audible, I actually really know well, except for Raise of the Horde. That one I did read. I was really into that one.
That one was really good.
When you're working through college textbooks, you don't want. At least for me, I don't feel like reading either Netflix or playing a video game. So I listen to them on my long walks to Starbucks every morning. When I'm not...
That sounded almost like a dating profile. I like listening to audiobooks and long walks to Starbucks.
And on some mornings, I like to also catch Pokestops.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
That dating profile could be given a label, single for life.
Okay. How are we doing on time?
Okay. Well, Deceiverr... A's almost winning, by the way. He just needs one more. He just needs green.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's going to win then. Wait, how? Oh, right, because of the one he stole from me.
Okay, but Deceiverr, you got pink. What is one of the 3 specializations for alchemy professions? But I'm going to tell you, you have to get all 3.
Wait, what?
All 3.
That's so unfair.
You win all the time. I got to give you a handicap somewhere.
I know, but that's still kind of like rude.
All 3. Come on, stalling. All 3.
Ah, crap.
Specializations for the alchemy profession.
Shit. I don't know this one. So that's actually... Fine. I don't know any of them. I literally don't know any of them.
Really? Frazley, you're the only one who could steal this.
For which one?
What is one of the 3 specializations for alchemy professions? But I'm making Deceiverr do all 3, so if you can get all 3, would be great.
At least make him do all 3 if I had to, because I don't know any of them. At least he does professions sometimes.
I know at least one.
Professions.
Okay, what?
Potions.
Yep, and can you get the other 2?
Transmutation?
Yep. One more.
Potions, transmutation. Flasks?
No, but kind of in the right direction.
Potions, flasks.
It's kind of like another name they have for it as category-wise.
Starts with an E.
Really?
Hey, he's doing better than you.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's like he doesn't need the hint. I did. I just Googled it and I'm thinking I was an idiot. I should have guessed those.
I'm thinking energy.
I'm sorry, I'm giving it to Frazley because he got 2.
Okay.
Elixirs.
All right.
Third Wednesday elixir.
Oh,
Yeah.
Elix. Yeah. That's folly. Stuff like that.
All right, so how many do I still need?
You still need 3.
3?
And where's the Aggelos at? He needs 1?
He just needs 1.
And I need 2?
Yeah, he's going to win. I'll guarantee it.
Okay.
Okay, so the last one's green. Let me see what I can find.
And then after this question, we'll give it to the person who's closest.
So Aggelos is still going to win.
Yeah.
Basically.
Absolutely.
And Frazley, how many do you still need?
I think 2 or 3?
2.
2. Okay.
2. Yay, I'm in last place.
Yay. I mean.
Yay, getting handicapped. Give Aggelos like the hardest question you can find.
No, because the song just kind of went in my head. What hosen can be found on which continent of Azeroth?
What was that?
The hosen can be found on which continent?
Pandaria.
You actually gave him the easiest question in the entire
it's the
deck.
Song that just came off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Stormshot Brewery. I mean, you have to admit it.
Yeah, but that's literally the easiest question in the entire deck.
There were further episodes where I actually was thinking of different continents. So.
Seriously, Frazley?
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of got it wrong.
I am so disappointed in you.
Well, you're not the first. But with that, congratulations to Aggelos for winning, and let's move into the outro.
So I got my ass thoroughly whooped.
Absolutely.
Yep. I'm sorry. I had to make it a little bit harder because you always win.
So
not always.
Yeah,
I think I would have given him a run for his money, even if he wasn't handy.
Oh no, you actually did. I was
Yeah.
giving you like a few easy questions, and I'm like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Okay, where's the harder ones? So yes, I'm a little bit biased. I do look at a lot of different questions before I give it out to the person, depending on their knowledgeable, because I do want to make it as fair as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so naturally you make sure to give me the hardest possible questions you can find, even about things you know that I know nothing about.
She gives me some of the easiest ones, and I still end up messing it up. So
that is true. That is very true.
Pressure, no matter what, like, because I've been on the other end of this, and it is the pressure. Your mind goes blank. You know the answer, but your mind goes blank.
So, speaking of minds going blank,
Frazley.
Well, I'm wrapping it up, but I want to give out a shout out to a movie that is big in the podcasting. On podcasts about podcasting. Podcasting is an amazing medium that has really risen in the past 10, 12 years. And it's a movement that I've seen. I've not been involved in I've not been involved in it, but I to a big extent till now, but I've seen people podcasting and people, and it's one of those mediums where people can communicate a message and just different things. And it's like, cause like from it, like Tech TV, when they closed, they created Twit. So like This Week in Tech, Dig Nation was started from Tech TV, Vision 3. All of these started for like telling a message, sharing about tech, and it's just an amazing group of people. So there is a documentary that is coming called The Messengers, and it's about podcasting. So if you've ever wanted to know more about podcasting, see people and see like their love of podcasting, I would definitely recommend checking out. I do have an affiliate link. It's wayawesome.link/The Messengers. It's about like the documentary is about $6, but I know people in the podcast, and it is just it's amazing that it's to have something that gives the medium like an official nature, because like it is different than TV, because anybody can get into it. Someone was saying that they talked to someone who owned cable channels, and to get your own cable channel, it's nearly impossible. There's all these cable channels, but it's impossible to get the license for it. but anybody can start a podcast, and that's what's amazing. So yeah, definitely check out the messengers. So I thank you, Aggelos, for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me on, man. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you. It was fun having you here and being like, wow, the person who got me back into WoW, person who got me inspired to podcasting. It's fun having you on.
Well, I'm honored. I'm glad that I was able to inspire you to something good and not bad.
Yeah,
I'm just happy someone's here that could actually give Deceiverr a run for his money for Trivia Pursuit.
Absolutely.
To be honest, I'm kind of torn on it. I'm happy that I have a challenge now, but on the other hand, it's like, oh man, I really lost bad, and I'm not happy about that because I'm a really competitive person.
Hey,
no,
it would have been one thing had he lost to me, but he lost to Frazley too. So
multiple times,
multiple times.
Yeah, there's been a couple times because of, like I said, I try to be fair and even out the cards.
Yeah, so there were a few times, or maybe I'm thinking of the games where you done it where you weren't here, but
because you've only, as far as I'm aware, the only times you beat me where I was in the podcast is because I left early and I had a score of 3.
Okay.
And then you ended up continuing to play and got more. So I said but I gave him the win on that because I didn't get to 6 and he got past 3.
Yeah.
I think he got to 5. So he got the win on that as far as I'm concerned.
And you technically forfeit because you had to leave.
Yeah, I'm willing to acknowledge that. I'm fully willing to acknowledge that.
But are you willing to acknowledge where we can find you on the interwebs?
Actually, that was probably one of your best transitions right there. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and on YouTube. And I still don't remember my own Twitter handle because
your Twitter handle is Deceiverr with 2 R's _13. And the reason I know that is
Are you sure about that?
Oh, absolutely. I put your Twitter in the show notes every week that you're on, so I should know your Twitter handle.
Okay, yeah, it is Deceiverr with 2 R's _13.
Boom! I told you!
I couldn't remember if I put an underscore or not, because, like I said, I'm a tard.
And my Twitter handle, which is a lot easier, is @lady_Emma.
And yeah, I definitely follow. And right now, Lady Emma is doing word cookie and stuff like that. And
yes, I need help. I can't spell.
I can't spell either. I can't read, can't spell.
But
I'm not sure if Frazley's the one to ask.
This game is actually a lot of fun and pretty easy.
Well, and there's also a lot of fun that could be had over at Aggelos' podcast network.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Getting better at those transitions, Frazley.
Thank you.
Like it.
So yeah, you can find Aggelos at Aggelos, AGGELOS _WOF, but definitely also go to dungeoncrawlersnetwork.com. So that way, if Twitter goes down, you can still find him at dungeoncrawlersnetwork.com. And yeah, definitely listen to the podcast. Who knows? You may find a love for ESO, might find a love for Guild Wars 2, Ashes of Creation. But yeah, definitely check it out and join their Discord. It is a hopping Discord. Well, you don't have to hop to be in it, but it's a
okay. Good, because I'm lazy.
Now everyone has to start doing jumping jacks. That as the thing.
Oh, if that's what I need to do to join his Discord, I'll stay here. If I need to do jumping jacks to stay on Discord in general, bye. It was nice knowing you people.
Oh, from @Discord app on Twitter, everyone has to do push-ups to stay in Discord.
See,
okay, bye.
I kind of like the idea from Player Ready 1 where you have to actually do some exercise before you're allowed to turn on your computer and all that.
Absolutely. Because for me, I have to do my 10,000 steps every day just to stay active. But also, I think I need to go to sleep at some point.
Yes, so. It's my bedtime in 3 minutes, and I have a few things I have to do before I go to bed.
Yeah. So I thank you all for listening, and thank you for joining. And Aggelos, again, thank you for coming out. It was a blast.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, absolutely.
And thank you for providing a challenge.
Yes.
And simultaneously, screw you for so thoroughly kicking my ass. I have mixed feelings about you, sir.
You made my night. So for everyone, don't forget to eat my lock cookies.
And roll a gnome.
Oh, and don't forget to buy Punty McGee's boots. Punting gnomes since 2004.
Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard Games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
So as I'm saying, when I said death to all cats, it hurt me.
Yep.
All right, good. So it's for the record that I stand up for what I believe, death to all cats.